Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Talitha. I am Travis. It is Monday.
Hey, Monday.
That means that you survived the time change if you're in the States.
You survived your time change.
I don't know when the European time change is. I did not get into that.
I don't know when it is either. They do have it some places.
Yeah, they do.
Not everywhere, but some countries do it.
North. Anywhere that it gets dark.
Anywhere that it's normal. Just kidding.
All right, well, everybody, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight for some Raw. It's everybody's favorite. We have Walter who came in earlier, said he'll see us tonight later at 9:05 p.m. Ooh, they're going to start last Monday. They're showing Kevin Owens.
Yeah, because the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Because of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Soap opera.
Yes, soap opera. Bryce is or was in the chat or is in the chat at some point or might still be. I don't know. Maybe he is. Anyways, James Howell's in the chat. Hey, James. Ravi's out there too. Hey, Ravi. Carlito's with us. Hey, Carlito. And Luke. Luke is out there. Jacob Ajean's with us tonight also. Yay. Yeah, because he lives in California.
Pretty sure he lives in Los Angeles.
When you live in places like that, you are a broken down shell of yourself.
When I seen him with Becky and they were riding around, it was in the LA Hills, and he said he lived there.
Yeah, what a jerk. He can't even be like Texas. If you've lived in California a lot long, you're not Texas anymore. You're a Californian. Anyways, Ravi says, big up on going live early. Oh, or on time. Carlito says, hello. Michael Loreda's in the chat. Hi, Michael. Woo! And Luke says, to let all of chat know, Trav and Duluth are very aware of the Big E and Scott Hall situations. And I'm sure they will mention it. So let's not ask them about it. 6,374,847 times, please. Whew, that is a lot of times. Jacob says, guess what? I am getting WWE 2K22. Good for you. I thought about getting it. I looked for it. We don't have it in our town anymore. Michael just says, hi. And Luke says, I can't lie. I'm loving how Dalitha special announces my name. Michael Loretta says, Scott Hall didn't die yet. Scott's still fighting.
Lots of fighting.
Well,
so in my experience with life support, when they take somebody off of it, they don't pass away instantly.
No.
It takes a while, and it's a very sad while because it gives you a lot of hope.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Brett with his brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't even want to be there. And I was like, well, he's not going to die right when they take... Because he thought when they took it off, he was just going to
die like they do in the
quickly,
movies and the shows and TV.
And die. But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You have enough blood oxygen. Like, everything's running fine because you were on a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Then it starts to fade.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you just go into a sleep and then into incoherence and then into the afterlife, whatever that is for you.
Yes. So, they did pop it up earlier of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon passed away. So he may have passed away.
And it's possible.
As of today. We did hear they had taken him off the life support today. So.
Yeah, it takes a few hours usually.
Yeah. And that was something that was mentioned way earlier in the day today, for him. So, and it's unfortunate, right? Because he was doing so well. He had broken his hip and he was getting better from that, and he had just came home and all that stuff. So it's really sad that he ended up having a few heart attacks and they ended up having to take him back into the hospital. So
yeah, it's tough.
It's really tough on your family and people that love you and stuff like that. Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna says, that's right, Austin. And Luke says, Talitha, can't you guys just purchase it on your console's online store, like the Xbox Live Store or the PlayStation Store, and download them directly? Could, but have heard that it's actually really shitty. Some of it, like, one of the people in the chat was talking about it on Friday.
He just did the, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. I flip my toothpick.
Yep. All right. Anyways, so we have Kevin Owens down there talking. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. He's talking. But we did have somebody in our chat on Friday talking about their download and how it had really bad glitches in the download. So I'm kind of like really skeptical about doing the download, and that's why I'm kind of wanting a disc instead. But it is what it is for right now. Golflicious says, "You said it, my sis." And as Luke says, plus if you do it like that, you won't need a disc. Michael Loretta says, "I believe in miracle."
So he just said that he's going to be on the main event Saturday, which doesn't exist. But that means the last one coming out on Saturday?
I guess. I suppose that's what he's meaning. I didn't really look at it as anything like that. They didn't really specify that.
Well, he just said it. His words.
Right.
So does that mean it's true?
Or is he just hoping it's
He said his superior Canadian intellect. He's the special kid in special ed. He's like the one that gets to talk more.
That's good. That's all specialness right there. Film says, "Hey, Miss D and Travis, big hugs, big heart. It's Monday." Woo! And you know what that means? That means Raw.
It is
Raw time.
And with the time change, it's actually kind of earlier, so it's going to be dark when we get off, but barely. We get the basically starting at 5 o'clock old time.
Luke says, "I downloaded it and have had no issues other than normal WWE 2K issues. That always happens and always gets fixed." Mike Gallardo says, "You think Cody coming back tonight?" Yeah, that was something else that I think he wanted to.
I'm excited if he did. That's all I know. We don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. I mean, you could think it.
Oh, people know.
But we are not in that group of people.
Yeah, that
Anyways,
small group
I know
in the back.
I'm not part of it, which really sucks. But I've never been part of it, so it's fine.
You've never been backstage at WWE with Vince?
Never. Film says, "Hey, Jacob H." Luke says, "Fixes just do downloads anymore. I never had an issue." Yeah, I just don't know if I really want to deal with that. Whatever that means in his world.
The only can that's going to be open. He's going to open some Canadian beer.
Ew. That stuff's got to be gross.
Like moonshine.
I bet that shit doesn't even have a percentage of alcohol in it. It's probably alcohol free. They
Canadian
don't believe
beer.
in alcohol
like
in
moonshine.
Canada. Phil's like, "So I guess Raw is in Jacksonville, Florida?" And Michael says, "Rock or Austin, who you guys got?" For what?
What, like all-time great?
Like good people? People gonna be on it?
I'll take The Rock every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I am definitely Stone Cold or Stunning Steve, whatever you want to call him. Oh, cameraman down!
Oh God, why did he kill the cameraman?
He's got his beer belly out, all embarrassed on TV.
That poor guy.
He was just a cameraman, just doing his job.
He's just a lonely...
I think he's knocked completely out.
Just a poor, innocent cameraman was attacked!
I know what Stone Cold means
By
to fans, and I know what
Kevin
Stone
Owens.
Cold means to wrestling.
Okay.
But to me,
he means nothing.
He's not in my top 200.
He means nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But I understand his meaning to everybody and all that, so I don't say much about him.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah, if you're going to ask me anybody, yeah, I mean, there's a couple wrestlers that I would take over or under him, you know, obviously. But
Right.
like the Hurricane. I would take him over the Hurricane.
Hornswoggle. Would you take him over
yes.
Hornswoggle?
I'm not into the gimmicky stuff. Like the San Diego Chicken, all that stuff. Like, nah.
Hey.
Oh, starting it out with Finn Balor, the United States champion.
That guy.
Old Finn.
Film says, "I hope the armpit goddess Alexa Bliss will be here tonight on Raw."
She's probably back from trying to get impregnated.
Yeah.
On her wedding night thing. Whatever that's called. Honeymoon.
Yeah. Luke says, I've been playing WWE 2K22 nonstop, and it's so good it made me put down Elden Ring.
Good deal.
Well, I'm glad that it's good. It's always a plus. Michael says, all time. Meaning all time. Vindicator's in the chat. Vin says, I'm good people. At least I try to be. Yeah, is what he means, The Rock or Austin.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Right, yeah, and if you're going to go by meaning to the sport, then obviously Austin's head and shoulders above The Rock.
Right. Pepper Owens is in the chat. Hey, Pepper. Says, take that camera person.
Oh, wow, Damian. Tonight.
Again? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't again. This is his rematch last week.
He wrestled, what's his name last week? Austin everywhere.
Jacob says, hey, Al, and can we keep the WWE family in prayer since Scott is not with us anymore? Mike Larry says, me also because he is the bigger star of all time. Film says, yes, for a good friend, Scott Hall. And Luke says, delete that. It's just now being reported by actual news sites that Hall has officially passed. Yeah, they kind of did say it at the beginning of Raw. Like, they did put his picture up there with the dates.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So.
I was looking away.
So I kind of figured that's what had happened, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions.
Well, that wouldn't be jumping.
I don't play games.
That's reporting. That's not jumping.
Film says Rip Scott Hall. Luke says off the ball. Barstool Sports and WWE Twitter has announced the passing. Mike Lerda says, is Austin wrestling or being on the stupid KO show? He's being on the KO show as a guest, but
they are going to have an altercation.
They're going to have some kind of altercation. So there's a possibility that, he, beats up KO and everybody's happy.
There's going to be a stunner, obviously, but from who?
I don't know. Rob is like, yo, big up. And Vindicator says, too bad about Scott. Good thing he made the Hall of Fame while he was living. Robbie says, WWE on early tonight. What a result.
It is.
That's on early for you.
It is for people in other countries.
You haven't had a time change yet. We had our time change this weekend. So Jacob says, hey, Vin. And Robbie says, D defo plays games. LOL. Yeah, totally. All those games. Vindicator says, hey, Jacob. And they're now serving nacho fries at Toxic Hell.
That means they're nachos.
They're nachos.
Nacho fries.
They're nachos. That's somebody else's nachos.
So are we going to see a new U.S. champion again tonight?
Do you think that they'll put it right back on Damian so quickly?
Not a chance. I feel like this is going to end weird.
It's going to end weird. It has to, right? Damian's being all bad guyish and weird, and it's throwing off his game.
I just want to know what they're going to do with Seth. I mean, obviously they could, if they bring Cody in, that's guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Because there's nobody else, is there? Is there somebody else that doesn't have a match yet? That's big time.
I thought there was somebody else on your list. There was 3 or something at the very bottom that you had listed but didn't really have anybody. James Howell says, I'm here. Fantastic, James. And Vindicator says, so Travis, do you think this will be the absolute last can of whoop ass that Austin will deliver in his lifetime?
Yes, he's trying to get in shape. And that's not a fun thing when you're old.
When you're 50s.
So he's not going to want to stay there.
Right? Yeah, RK Bro, that one. If Kofi might have one. Ricochet was another one.
Ricochet, yeah.
And now, since we have Finn Balor, you already have that. Do you think that's really going to go to WrestleMania now?
It would be weird, yeah. I just feel like something's going to happen here. We're only what do we got, like 19 days left or something?
Yeah, something like that. To it.
It's going to say right here. It's like 19. A little under 19 days because it'll start earlier in the day. Mm-hmm. So 18 days and 22 hours, maybe.
Right. Vindicator says that. Let's see. So James Hall says, I'm here. And Luke says, I'm kind of thinking Austin will be on the KO show, get into it with Owens. Then Taker will show up and destroy Owens since Taker will be in the Hall of Fame the night before.
Hey, Iron Man. Oh, that started out with Iron Man.
It's different music.
A little bit. The very first part of it. Some Black Sabbath.
He's no longer arrowing his way out there.
No, he's changing his gimmick altogether.
Oh, is that it? Oh, no, it isn't. He just...
I think that was a fan favorite thing. That was for Razor Ramon.
Oh, what he just did?
Yeah, that was a tribute.
Ah.
That's how he walked onto the ring. He'd
do some kind of weird gimmicky thing.
Mm-hmm. And then walk. Well, because he was like a pimp.
Oh.
He'd strut. And then he'd... There you go.
Alrighty then.
And then he'd...
Interesting.
Throw his toothpick in people's faces.
That's kind of gross. I wonder if they poked an eye out.
There again, I wasn't a WWE guy at that time, so I didn't watch a lot of that. I had to look back and see those when I was older. What's this? Is it Austin Theory again?
Oh, yeah.
Why is Austin Theory in this?
I don't know.
He has a match.
I don't know.
McAfee.
Yeah, I don't.
But
maybe
they've done this 2 weeks in a row now.
Maybe he just wants to be annoying. But
because
he
looks
is
so much
doing
like
a very
Finn Balor.
good job at it. Yes.
2 weeks ago. Thanks for the SmackDown recap, Rob.
Yes. Rob is like, hello, D being mean, laughing at my voice. Make sure you guys slap the likes and subscribe to the Wrestling Gap. And Film says, I hope Liv Morgan will not wear a shirt this time on Raw. I want to see your armpits exposed up in the air, skin showing, not covered up. Well, I hope she wears some kind of a shirt, because I really don't want to see her nakedness.
I don't want to see any raisins.
Vindicator says, interesting theory. Plus, Taker is also from Texas and an old buddy of Austin, so it makes sense what Luke's theory is about what might happen.
Everybody wants to see the big dong.
I don't want to see him. I want him to stay the hell away from wrestling for the rest of his natural life.
Away. He's getting put in the Hall of Fame.
That's why he should be gone. He shouldn't ever come. You shouldn't see him. They're just showing more recaps of what happened with McAfee and Austin on, which is stupid, right? Because how does this have anything to do with Finn Balor and that? This just goes to show you how much they don't care about that belt at this point.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, they're like, this is fucking garbage shit. We don't care.
I mean, there's no reason for it.
Right.
This is a SmackDown thing. And if Austin Theory wants it to be part of a Raw thing, they should do it on their own time.
True
not
that.
During the United States Championship.
Exactly. Rob says Damian Priest needs to get cooked every week. And Vindicator says, Travis, do you know when the next AEW pay-per-view is taking place? May.
Yes.
29th.
It's that Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
That's Saturday or Sunday.
It's like the last weekend of May. Roberto Lozano says, that's so sad about Scott Hall. I like him when he was the NWO with Kevin Nash.
Yes, and Hulk Hogan. Fantastic.
Jacob Eugene says, if I did a tribute, I would totally walk out with a toothpick like Razor Ramon.
Oh! Finn Balor attacks him right out of the gate.
Just completely taking it to him real quick. He's like, yeah, you see that, Austin? That's what I'm going to do to you again. Vindicator says, for sure, Luke, I need to pick up the slack for Robbie. Looks like, Film, you're getting real close to being too creepy. I was like, Vin, if you want. It looks like maybe McAfee shows up. Would it really be worth his time? I mean, come on.
That's weird.
McAfee is not going to take the fucking time. Little Austin Theory ain't worth his time.
Oh!
Noah Frank is in the chat. Hey, Noah.
Hey,
Says,
Noah.
I just got home, so I haven't been able to watch Raw so far. Did they do a tribute or say anything live about Scott Hall?
No. A couple of the wrestlers have done a few of his little gimmick things, but
yes. But
other than that, no.
Yeah.
They did put up at the beginning, a
his,
tribute.
Yeah, his
but they didn't
picture,
say anything.
his name, the fact that, in loving memory kind of stuff. But they haven't done anything else. So, nothing too special except for just what Kevin Owens did something. And then the way Damian Priest came out for his entrance a little bit too.
Uh-oh, look at this. Damian Priest and the reverse crucifix.
Oh, no.
Oh, right to the table.
Oh, man, already? Poor Finn. He's going to have a concussion. Film is like, oh, McAfee and Austin Theory, totally agree with you, Miss
Theory in the back.
Oh, that was amazing. Very good, sir. Very good. Looks like Austin Theory is a Raw star, though, so I get why he is here, but you're right about him already having a feud.
Right, but why is he in this part of it. Like,
exactly.
I mean, I get that he's on Raw. We want to see him, but...
Right, but why is he out there for the U.S.?
Here?
And they're showing background shit for his fight that he's having with McAfee for WrestleMania stuff. That makes no sense. Granted, he did go up against Finn Balor last week for, was it for the actual championship?
Yes.
Okay.
And he keeps looking over there. Finn keeps looking at him. You know, like it's like there's something happening there. Which I guess they could start up a feud afterwards.
I guess, but it would be so weird.
But
like right now, it's like, keep your attention on Damian, because that's where it should be at right now. Anyways, Vindicator says, oh yeah, seeing McAfee reminded me that Tom Brady is returning for another season, Travis.
Oh, yeah?
Put your bets on Tampa Bay right now. I thought he fucking retired.
He decided to come back.
Oh my god, that guy really is a
Don't
loser.
call it a comeback.
That guy is so annoying and weird. Robbie's like, come on,
you would think he would have wanted to end on a Super Bowl.
Priest.
Maybe it's just the money. Maybe the money's too much. I don't know if that's right. I mean...
I don't know. It's from really Vindicator, so I don't know. I mean, if he's returning, and I mean, if you keep up with football and you know the information, then great, but that's just weird. Film says, I'm not trying to be creepy, Luke. It's okay, Phil. We totally understand you love armpits, but sometimes it gets a little overwhelming with your love. Piccola's in the chat. Hey, Piccola says, Ayu! Rip to the bad guy. NWO original.
Hey, yo.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, yo, that's what he's saying. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Have Travis say that part. NWO original, The Razor, one of the first recipients of the ladder match. 2-time Hall of Famer Scott Hall. Yes, unfortunately, he did not make it through this last little battle of shit that he went through. He did really good after he broke his hip and he was home and he came out of it, and DDP was all proud of him, and he was home, and then he had a couple heart attacks, and he went right back into the hospital this last week, and that was the end of it, so. Very sad, very sad. Finn Balor, Film says, go Finn Balor, go defend your U.S. championship. Jacob says, Travis, did you hear St. Louis Cardinals might be getting Trevor Story?
I did not. That's pretty cool, though. Why not? Why not put all the Colorado guys there?
Why not?
St. Louis.
Just do it.
Just put them all there.
Just put them all. Just
bring
take
Todd
the whole
Helton back.
And then just plop them in there.
Get rid of Goldie. Bring Todd Helton in. We'll see how they do it. Sea level.
Luke says Brady pissing people off because everyone now thinks he fake retired for sympathy and publicity so he could come back to a big pop like he's a wrestling legend or something. LOL. I don't know. I just, at some point, I mean, I get it that he still feels good and he thinks he can do a great job out there and shit, but at some point, it's like, dude, just give up. Just retire. Go off and live with your
wife.
Your fucking wife.
Or trade her in and get a younger one.
Or something.
Just do something.
You know, do something else. Like, be something else, you know.
Whoa! And drives him down on his face.
And we're back if you haven't
realized.
Our wonderful commercial break we had. Film says, Jacob, I like watching your fishing live stream. Vindicator says, I wish they would do a Theory versus McAfee versus Corey Graves match at Mania. Corey is medically capable of wrestling again.
Right. That would be pretty funny. Sophie, 2 announcers going at it.
Sophie's in the chat. Hey, Sophie, how's it going?
Up in
Says Tom Brady doing the Undertaker by going back on his word about retiring. Vindicator says, delete that Brady is the football version of Edge for you. Brady is just a moron.
Get your money.
I get
Maybe
it.
he doesn't want his wife to make more money than him.
Maybe not. I don't know. I get it that there's quarterbacks out there that have done it before in the past.
Not at his age. I mean, Fran Tarkington, maybe.
I mean, Joe Montana came back to another team.
Well, no. I meant like his age, though.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like...
Finn Balor.
Were with a team. They could have just retired, and then they didn't. They had to go play football at another place for a while.
Sling blade.
It's just weird.
I can talk. It's hard to talk with a toothpick in my mouth.
Yeah, rubber toothpicks.
I was telling the guy
at
the auto parts store today, my VIN number. He's like, and I was like, oh, hold on. And then I said it, and he's like, oh, I got it. It's hard to say all the letters in the alphabet with a toothpick in your mouth.
You fucking think? Jesus Christ almighty. You can barely talk without a toothpick in your face.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sticks out in your mouth and it's like...
What is Theory doing?
Theory is a jackhole. I broke my arm. It's fine. I'm sitting down now.
So Finn, obviously the veteran, has no idea what wrestling's about because he got distracted.
Why on earth would
Oh!
Well, he didn't get distracted good enough because he just kicked Damian Priest in the face hole.
Where's he going?
Tom
Just
Brady
leaving?
Oh,
he's going after Theory! Shotgun drop kick.
Yeah! That guy's like, you tell him.
Uh-oh, Damian. Picks him up. Woo! It's over. Count to 10.
That's
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, he didn't get the championship, though. This wasn't for the U.S. championship title.
It wasn't a title match, which makes no sense. But whatever. It is what it is.
But he did win.
They're building it up to Mania. But I just don't know why Theory's
What are they going to do, make it a three-way?
No, he's got a match. I guess they could do one each night. He could wrestle twice.
They're like, here, you guys want to see Austin Theory? Hey, you want to see him again?
We're going to see him on Friday, too, I'm sure. Austin Theory was the guy. Remember, he was like the third guy or second guy there with Zelina Vega's group. With Andrade and...
for like 2 seconds.
And Angel Garza.
Until she was like, ew. And then he disappeared.
Uh-oh. Finn Balor. Oh, broken jaw right on that knee.
You have to be careful. He does have a very soft jaw. He's telling people to shut up and stuff weird. Anyways, Sophie's like, Tom Brady doesn't want to sit in the stands. And Ravi says, more fool Tom Brady. Film says, boo, Tom Brady, boo. Looks like Sophie Taker wasn't the one to promise Shawn Michaels was. Already starting off with false news. Sophie's like, didn't The Undertaker put his boot and hat in the ring after Mania against Roman?
He did. But was that necessarily quitting? Or was he just symbolizing that he didn't like gloves anymore?
Maybe that was it. He just didn't like his hat.
He didn't like that glove or the hat anymore. Hey, look who it is. Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, Rollins. So he says that Gronk must be happy that his best friend Tom Brady came out of retirement for the second time in his career. Rose like Travis with that sound advice, lol. Phil's like, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Miss D. It looks like Sophie, yes, but that wasn't a promise. If you watch his documentary, he thought that was his last match due to his health, but then things changed. Yeah, the pandemic happened, and they were like, you know what we could do? We could totally just do your match as a movie, and we'll do it with AJ Styles because we know he can keep up, and he can take acting lessons.
Right, and then Anderson and Gallows were kind of in there, remember?
Yeah, Vindicator says, LOL at Travis. It's really just that easy to trade in your wives, huh? I learned something new today.
Yeah, when they, you can do it in different ways. Like, say, if they hit 60, you could trade them in for two 30-year-olds. If they hit 40, you can go ahead and trade them in for two 20-year-olds. But I don't advise that one because 20-year-olds are a lot of upkeep. Or when they turn 80, you can go for two 40-year-olds. So it's just however you want to trade them in. You might even be able to get to 90 and trade them in for three 30-year-olds if you have enough money. But you have to compensate for that with money.
Well, you know, if you're Hugh Hefner,
with money,
that wouldn't be so hard. Oh my goodness!
It's Commander Aziz
Raw in Jacksonville, Florida. Omos is coming down, and he's already in the ring. And next up, he's gonna have a fight with Commander Sneeze Boy. Rob says, Sophie, please don't spoil anything for me. Thank you. Sophie's like, this is why sports like football, baseball, and basketball need an age limit for players. The Resident Evil.
That's discrimination.
It is discrimination. If they can still do it, then that's fine. The Resident Evils in the chat, hey Resident, says prayers, rip Hall of Fame Scott Hall. Sophie says Tom Brady retired from football 4. Rob says pointless win for Priest. It depends on if they're pushing this all the way to WrestleMania. If Priest and
hey, look. Austin 316 Day.
There you go.
It's in 2 days. I told her already about this.
That person and that stuff. Anyways. How
powerful is cricket?
I don't know. But yeah, Robbie, a pointless win for Priest in a way, right? And the only thing that throws it off is the Austin Theory thing. That's what throws it completely off. And we're already thinking that Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to have a match at WrestleMania, right? Or they are having one.
Right, yeah.
And for
all
the title,
roads are leading
most
that
likely,
way.
So.
But why is Austin Theory in
But why is Austin Theory involved? There's the biggest question of the day. So the Scott Hall isn't dead yet, but poor guy.
He has passed.
Sophie, we have heard that he has passed. He was announced dead earlier, so yeah. So that's it. That's that. That's some stuff. Film says, come on, Finn Balor, focus it. Sophie says, rip to William Hurt, who died yesterday. Who was William Hurt? I don't know who that is.
I have no idea.
Jacob says, okay, thanks, Film. And Vindicator says, oh yeah, Travis, I heard Big E will out recovering for a handful. Will not be recovering for a handful of months.
It's going to take a minute. You got to be careful with those, right? He broke his C1 and C6 vertebrae in his... But there's no displacement. There's no ligament damage. There's no...
Nothing happened with his spinal cord. Everything is safe.
No loss of feeling, nothing.
So he'll never be paralyzed, but...
Well,
unless
he gets up and moves.
Right. Well, unless he doesn't wear his brace or does something stupid. But those breaks take a while to heal.
The C1 has very little blood flow, and so that one's kind of a scarier one, and it takes a little bit more time.
Yeah, so it may be longer than just some months.
We'll see.
He'll be lucky if he doesn't have to have some kind of a surgery at this point. I mean, he doesn't have to have surgery to take any pressure off, which is fantastic. That is wonderful news. But for other stuff happening in the long run, it might come down to some stuff that has to happen. But we're very happy that he can move, that he does have good spirits and stuff like that, because that's what you kind of have to go through. You'll go through the whole, I may never wrestle again kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's got to make decisions.
Yeah. Film says no problem, dude. Just supporting your content. And Luke says, Sophie Ronkin, he was announced dead right before Raw went on air. And Sophie says, with the Big E injury, people are comparing it to Stone Cold. Luke says, Sophie, this is why people got upset with you. You come in here and you just post nonsense. Luke's like, Sophie, please stop. And Robbie's like, Sophie, please allow it, man. Pico's like, Father Time has always been undefeated. Mileage, athletes, dexterity, and keeping up with younger players and the game are factors for retiring players.
It's tough because your recovery time is longer.
Yes.
Like, you can do it. Like, I bet there's some 50-year-olds that could go play quarterback in the NFL for one game.
Yep. Who knows what kind of injuries they might get because of that game, how much recovery time they'll have to even go out there to do it ever again. But they can do it.
I'm just saying they can do it once.
Uh-huh.
They just can't do it twice in a row. And that's where the toughness of it, and especially 16, 17 weeks in a row, whatever it ends up being. Yep. With one bye week, you get 14 days off once.
Yeah, right. Six says rip to Scott Hall then. I missed that announcement. I was out doing something. Yeah, it was kind of like it hasn't been a huge thing. They kind of did put it at the beginning of Raw for a little bit of announcement. I'm guessing they might do a little bit later on in the show. Film says, hey, Jacob, have you got any bigger fish? And Robbie says, if you just don't know when to stop, just telling people in the chat. Kiko says, people equals aliens. Yes, aliens.
Aliens.
So it was like, poor baby
Crab
hurt his neck like Tyson Kidd and Jason Jordan did. And Robbie's like, I don't care for Priest.
Crab people.
Crab people. It's the battle of the giants.
Well, hopefully they let the general here do something. Knock him down.
Well, as long as he doesn't have to hold Apollo Crews' giant Q-tip, right. I think we'll be fine.
Kind of ear. Maybe that's a Moss's Q-tip.
His ears are tiny. I don't think they work. So what you're saying is that it looks ginormous in Apollo Crews' hands, but when you give it to a Moss, it would be a little to white this one. Tiny regular size Q-tip.
See, just don't.
Happy.
If they want to do this right, let it be a fight that's actually good, and it would be fun. And then do it at WrestleMania.
Roar, my name's a sneeze.
Oh, they locked up like this.
Guard.
Yes.
They're giants.
And it's okay. We can see that one's bigger than the other one.
Oh, Sophie says online fans are making fun of Pete Dunne name change. Cool. Because, don't forget to put up skull crossbones on your mantle and keep a 6-pack of beer under your pillow on 360.
Right.
Looks like William Hurt was an actor. What did he do? He doesn't sound familiar. So if he was an actor of what? Film says,
look
"Hey,
at this.
people,
Oh,
because
Omos
how-
knocked him
how are
out.
you doing, friend?" And Robbie says, "When's Brock coming out?" I don't know. Later.
He probably won't be on Raw.
Later, skater.
Oh, knocked him over the ropes twice. Oh, that hurt his ribs. See, this is what we need.
He's like that. Oh.
Now, if he can knock him down... He's not getting in the ring.
Come under a sneeze.
Why does he
had to
keep
come
getting
to
in
the
the
other
ring?
side.
Oh, there he goes.
He's like, "I know how to get you." Oh, he has the ropes on
Now
you.
get him on the ground.
Says that William Hurt was in The Big Chill and some other popular movies I can't think of at the moment. Janelle Jackson's in the chat.
Hey, Janelle.
Janelle says, "Am I the only one that heard the Cody chants after that Seth Rollins backstage
Right?
interview?"
I heard it. It's awesome. Nobody
Well,
talked about it, though, but you.
Their chants.
Look
in
at
the
this.
audience?
No way.
Whoa!
Oh, Moss might not get him up either. Oh, he did, though. That's some
Whoa.
true power.
That's a large man
Woo-hoo!
lifting another large man.
Don't let him pin him yet.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
No, right now Apollo needs to interfere so
A
they can
sneeze is like,
so they can
sure.
lengthen this feud out. It's just so
Lame!
dumb.
WWE, you're fucking lame.
Now what are you going to do with him at Mania? That would have
Lame.
been a great Mania feud that lasts like 7 minutes, 8 minutes in there.
Lame.
I guess Apollo Crews could fight him or something. I don't know, but that's just weird.
Lame.
By the way, Apollo Crews doesn't have a match at WrestleMania.
No. Lame. Lame, 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 lame. Robbie's like, "Apollo Crews, yo, my guy." Sophie says, "Do you see Cody showing up on Raw tonight since Raw is at the home of AEW?" Sure. Why not?
They're playing it up like somebody could do it. Cody Omos, WrestleMania. Calling it now.
Nah, it's gonna happen, totally. Looks like the NFL schedule has changed to 3 preseason games, 18 regular season games with 1 bye week for teams, and only 1 playoff bye team for each conference.
Huh. So
What the fuck?
they're playing 18 regular season games now, moving forward.
Yeah. With 1 bye week for teams,
Right.
and only
So it's-
1 playoff bye
So
team.
the
for
regular
each
season's
conference.
now 19 weeks.
Wow. So they lengthened it?
Yeah, by 2 weeks.
Because they changed to 3 preseason games and 18 regular season games.
Yeah, so they lowered. So that means every passing record's going to be broke. And
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
have to hear people talk about, oh, this quarterback's
Oh my
way
God,
better.
this quarterback's so much better than all these older quarterbacks. And it's like, yeah, because they actually had to, be up there when people could actually tackle your ass.
Rushing yards, those 2,000-yard seasons that used to be untouchable, are going to be a commonplace. That's weird that they would... these athletes just want to ruin... It's probably the owners on that one.
Owners just want to ruin everything.
They want to ruin the actual history of the game, which bugs
already
me.
did
They're
it
doing
with
it in baseball.
Baseball's done. Baseball, there's no such thing as cool baseball anymore. It's all gay baseball now. Gay. Gay. I don't think Seth really cares about your plight, Kevin. He doesn't like you. His face shows it. He's like, "Oh my God, I don't like you." I was like, "Ha ha ha, LOLD." And Minkish says, "Dang, you can tell these wrestlers love money because they won't speak out against these ridiculous cartoonish graphics the production squad there's up there during these entrances."
Hey, listen, he got it. He helped him. Think outside the box. What's outside the box? You did it, Kevin.
Just move on with your life.
Liv
It's
Morgan!
everybody's favorite crybaby. Pickle's like, "Thanks, film. I had some yard work too, and just drank a protein shake and relaxing. And just drinking a protein shake and relaxing."
No way. So they came out to her music? So Rhea didn't even come out with her own music? Rhea is now
Wow,
officially...
they're really fucking Rhea over. She's like, "No, it's fine. I really want to put over the crybaby."
That's tough one.
I don't like this at all. Nope. No, Liv. It's only Liv against Queen Zelina. So I guess that makes sense now. Okay, I thought it was like a team thing. Okay, good. It's not.
The boss would still come out with her music.
Exactly. Of course she would.
But
She'd be
it's
like,
Rhea.
"Fuck you, bitch."
Call the
Like, yeah,
cops.
speaking of Picola, I did say on the Wrestling Cops live stream, I know, yes, it was happening now, but the Wi-Fi wasn't working, but now it's working now. Oh. Sophie says, so football is becoming stupid just like baseball. Vindicator says, I hope AEW never goes that route, and Picola says, to do. Sophie says, Roman Reigns is scheduled for the European tour after Mania, and Robbie says, these two are worse than Braun Strowman. Film says, okay, Picola. Okay, cool, Piccolo. Robbie says, so you should go with Roman, bamboozle him about all the Roman rumors. Bryce says, did Cody Rhodes come out? No, Bryce. Cody Rhodes didn't.
No, Cody.
No, it's just a rumor mill running around. Sophie says it's funny these two guys aren't in the game, even though they have both been on the roster within the same amount of time. He's like, Sophie, no one cares. Looks like William Hurt's first big movie was Body Heat. Yeah, I've never seen any of his movies, so I don't care.
I'll have to Google what his face looks like.
I do not care. Bryce is like, say, D, what happened? Bryce, what's lame is the fact of how Omos won against a sneeze. So, General Sneeze.
It's a Z's.
Sneeze. General Sneeze.
He's a cousin of a Chew.
He got powerbombed by him.
Choke slam.
Oh, that. I thought he got powerbombed.
It wasn't a power bomb. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a power bomb. It was more of
I thought he lifted him up on his shoulders and then put him down on his back. Isn't that a power bomb?
Well, yeah, if he would have done that.
That's what he
did. But
did.
they don't do that with big guys.
He just did it.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's the move that he did. He had him lifted up over his shoulder, arm, whatever that is, up straight, and then slammed him down. What was that one?
Like this?
Like straight up, yeah.
That's a choke slam.
The vertical. No, his whole body was vertical. His feet were up in the air. You saw, I don't know, a big guy doing that to another big guy doesn't happen.
Was that the finisher?
No, he did a power bomb on him. That was the finisher. He didn't grab him by his neck. He grabbed him up and then slammed him down. There, Vindicator says it was a choke bomb. Now you can be right. Good job.
It's not about.
Great. Why don't you suffice his ego more? Can't even be right about anything.
It's not about being
nothing.
right.
I try to be right about something. You guys fuck me over. You fuck me over there, and then you fuck me there. Great. Thanks a lot. Anyways, that's
a lot of ass grabbing going on over
here.
Sneeze.
He basically lost to Omos, which was stupid because they're two big guys, and if they would have played it right, they could have done more stuff with it than what they did.
Cooler, and had it end on some weird shit.
Yeah.
So they do it again at Mania.
Yeah, so instead he did that. Then he grabbed Apollo Crews out from outside the ring inside and then threw him around, which is even more dumb. Looks like in 81 there, he was a supporting actor from then on. He also was in some of the Marvel movies.
Did you look him up?
William Hurt. No, I'm not looking him up.
I thought you were on your phone to look him up.
I am looking. I am on my phone so that I can catch up with chat. Thank you very much. Vindicator says, so at this point, the verdict is in. Crowd does not care about Omaha. They have to make a fun character or release him, unfortunately. Luke says, no, the NFL season is 18 weeks long. Each team plays 17 games. That started last season. Sorry for confusion.
Okay, so it's one extra game. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, and how many of those football games are going to be on Amazon Prime?
One a week.
Luke says, confusion, the preseason 3 games starts this year. Piccolo says, I still have a lot of love for guys like Montana, Marino, and Troy Aikman, right? Robbie says, KO is my guy. Live your life, Morgan. Sophie says, baseball has been losing viewers and fans every season with all these rules. Film says, I'll snap Liv. I'll snap Liv Morgan's coming out? Yes, she is. Roy's like, Liv looking piff tonight. Film's like, yes, Rhea Ripley. Sophie says, and the XFL is also partners with the NFL. I don't know how that affects football
Does he even look remotely familiar? He reminds me of Don Callis.
Right? I'm kind of familiar, but not really. I mean, he looks kind of familiar with hair, I guess.
There he looks like a dad in a movie, maybe, that I've seen. But anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you guys hear about these people dying? They
get all these updates and notifications on shit that they follow, probably. Let's see. Film says, are they finally adding those two to the WrestleMania card to go up against Carmella and Zelina Vega? They're part of the triple threat. So
last week.
So there's a triple threat for the women's tag belts on Raw, guys. Or the women's tag team belts, whatever.
Yes.
So it's Liv Morgan and Rhea, Sasha and Naomi against Zelina and Carmella at WrestleMania. That's a given. That's done, did, dill. That's what's happening. Now they're just doing the individual fights. And tonight is Zelina against Liv. Medicare says, yes, Liv, please save this show, even though she is fighting useless Zelina for the 100th time. Yeah, but they're both the same size, so it makes for good television.
Zelina's probably going to look like a foot taller, or shorter, I mean.
Sophie says, so what is Seth isn't part of Mania? Maybe he will be in the Andrade the Giant Battle Royal.
They're not doing that this year that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I had heard something that they're not doing the male
men's
Battle Royal.
Yeah. Medicare says that.
Ooh,
and
night
says,
2.
So WWE doesn't have both Big E and Bobby Lashley for Mania this year. Looks like film. There's already a women's tag match at WrestleMania between the tag champs Sasha and Naomi and Rhea and Liv. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Bobby Lashley's broken.
Film says, wait a minute, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley didn't come out. They're out there right now, hun. They're all out there. Everybody's out. Out and about. Liv is wearing a shirt, sorry. She did not come out naked. Seriously.
She's not a part of the Raisin Club tonight.
Jacob says, I just found out that Tony Khan went to University of Illinois and Raw needs some more matches too. Sophie says, I feel bad for everybody who isn't part of the Mania card this year. There's so many more matches that can be set up, Sophie. I just don't feel bad for anybody at this point. Bryce says, speaking of Marvel, did one actor pass away or something? According to Sophie, some guy named William Hurt. I don't know who he is.
Don't feel bad for wrestlers that don't make it to Mania. It just means they didn't deserve it.
Yeah, why?
Like, it's fine.
No participation trophies, people. Let's stop.
Hopefully next year we go back to one day. They do 9 or 10 matches on the main card.
And you better fucking get your shit together or you're just not going to make it ever. Robbie's like, Sophie, can you tell me all the winners for tonight's Raw, SmackDown, or WrestleMania, as you seem to know?
Go to Vegas. Win some money.
Sophie, it's a mediocre card.
Big knee. Zelina Vega getting angry.
Robbie, no.
What?
No. Don't time anybody out. Just let them do the nonsense. It's fine. I don't care. Film's like, are you kidding me? Liv Morgan is still wearing a shirt. Come on, Liv. Take off the shirt out. I want to see her.
1, 2.
Ew, girls.
Now she's going back. This is fantastic wrestling, Liv. Work on this some more. That's what we want to see. A big kick. Another big kick. Ooh, standing drop kick.
Poor Zelina. Sophie had said earlier, everybody on the roster is on part of Mania right now.
What is Carmella doing?
They might lose their jobs after Mania is over. I don't think so, Sophie. Just because you're not on Mania doesn't mean that you're going to lose your job.
Right? After every year, they just cut everybody that didn't.
They're like, you didn't fucking make it to Mania. You're fucking out, bitch. I don't like you anymore. Get out. Boom's like, are you kidding me? Liv Morgan still wearing a shirt. Oh, Robbie says, thanks for my neck, girl. Thanks,
Rhea
man.
Ripley going after Carmella. Carmella's hiding with...
Twitter is where I get most of my notifications. Usually if someone passes away, family or friends will post on a person's
Look at this.
Oh my god, this is so gross.
Look at Hulk Hogan in the background with the beard.
He needs to pour it all over Carmella. Phone's like, come on, Liv. And Vindicator says, interesting, Zelina keeps her crown, but Xavier did not keep his. Pico says Angel of Death probably has a Twitter.
That might be it, guys. Liv won a match fair and square. Wow. Liv Morgan wins with the dub. 2 minutes, 58 seconds.
Lame.
So a 3-minute match.
Yes. Pico says Angel of Death probably has a Twitter. That's exactly true, Picola. That's probably it. It has to be that the Angel of Death goes onto Twitter and announces all of the deaths. Now you know how
they get it.
Cares about it. Phil's like, yes, they did add in at WrestleMania, so it is a triple threat match. Let's see.
Well, I mean, obviously this is breaking down. Maybe they should lose the titles before they even go to Mania.
Right. Sophie said, instead of a talent that has been in the WWE all year that wants a Mania.
Seth Rollins is going to be in the women's tag team.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
He's thinking outside the box.
Talks to Logan Paul and McAfee.
Seth is coming down.
Well, Sophie, the reason why they're having Johnny Knoxville is because, one, he is a celebrity that people know, and it brings stuff to the table. Logan Paul is another one. There's a lot of different eyes that see Logan Paul and want to see him.
By the way,
stuff. And he's a huge wrestling fan, and he wrestled.
That's going to create eyes.
Yes.
He's got 20 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Or plus. I mean, he might have 30 million for all I know. But.
Yes. Film says she's wearing a shirt and wearing fish socks, which is a no-no from me, with honesty. Looks like you're pussy nonsense again.
What is Seth doing?
Live
the women are staying in the ring. So maybe he's going to be the special guest referee in the women's match?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Film's like, what is Carmella wearing? Don't tell me her armpits are covered.
Oh, no.
She's wearing a dress with her hoo-ha hanging out.
Yeah, she had everything hanging out. She almost had the top of her hoo-ha and the bottom of her hoo-ha out.
Yes, she did. She had all of it hanging out. Film's like, the only person I'm glad to see is Zelina's and Rhea's. Yes. Robbie's like, Liv going in. Piccolo says, that's Puerto Rican Hulkster. That's Puerto Rican Hulkster. Piccolo.
Brother.
Nero Fortes, and it just says, why I can't watch Raw live on network?
Yeah, they don't do that, do they? It's kind of silly. Why have a network if you can't watch it? But at the same time, they want you to pay for cable, I guess. They want you to watch it on USA.
Yeah, they don't do that. There's other places you'll probably have to maybe look up to see if you can. They've never actually had it live on their network ever. So I'm sorry that you went and bought it today for watching Raw live.
You will be able to see WrestleMania.
Yes.
On the network. It will be on there. That's bigger than Raw.
Phil says, what, Seth Rollins? What are you doing? And Piccolo's like, oh no, not Sethina. Sethina?
That's what we know.
Sethina.
Sethina.
Oh, God. Nah, I think we're good. Looks like, plus Logan and Knoxville are nuts enough to try to do some crazy wrestling stuff. Exactly, right? I mean, and it promotes everything that they're doing in their lives, too, so.
And McAfee's in there. You know, he's a celebrity.
And he wrestled. He's
wrestled
in NXT.
before. Yeah.
He was a wrestler. It wasn't like he was just,
wrestling
like a
Adam
nobody.
Cole.
And then they made him a commentator because he has that podcast stuff that he does. So it makes sense that he would kind of do stuff like that. I was like, Raw heating up tonight. And Film says, that's what I said, Travis. What is Seth is doing here? He's going to tell you an announcement.
We're going to find out.
His idea of thinking outside the box. It looks like Nero, because Raw's on cable TV on USA Network. Yes, unfortunately. That's why.
Sneeze it.
No.
Scare the dog. Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Vindicator says, so after seeing Liv in action, the rest of the show might be going downhill for me. Just saying.
It's a snowball heading to hell.
Nero says, what the F did by Network 999 for nothing? I just want to watch Raw live right now. Greetings from Switzerland.
Oh, they are on the WWE Network because they're in a different country.
Yes.
So they're not on Peacock. Hey, you'll still be able to watch WrestleMania when it comes, but yeah, you don't get to watch that. I don't know how long it takes for it to even come on.
I don't either. I don't know enough people over in the European nations that over in Europe that have it, that when it does come on for you to watch. So, I mean, the only other way
Do you have DAZN? I think it's on DAZN.
That it's live on DAZN?
Yeah, I'd have to turn my VPN on.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks like plus McAfee actually did pretty well in his match against Adam Cole.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did good in NXT when he was kind of doing all that stuff. So.
He's got to be the greatest celebrity that wrestled ever.
Yeah.
To ever do it.
Yeah, because he kind of knew what he was doing.
I mean, Bad Bunny did great, but not like on that level.
Oh, no. He got him on in... You could see he had been working harder at trying to do stuff when he was in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Like, you could tell he had been working at it because he's such a huge fan, I guess. According to what Travis said about him. About Bad Bunny. And so he actually worked at it to do more stuff.
How do you get it?
It's available. Check out brokenskullbeer.com for availability near you.
So they're just going to put it out.
That's the bottom line.
It's coming out that day. I'll buy a can of that and just put it away. Be all bitter beer face when I drink it in 30 years or something.
Ew, gross. Let's see. Film says for Monday Night Raw, Jacksonville, Florida is turning out sort of okay now with what at least expected, right? Film says, bless you, Miss D. Thank you. Vindicator says, Nero, what's the temperature in Swiss country? Luke says, the WWE Network does what Hulu does. They can show episodes of Raw and SmackDown, but not till a week after it airs live. Tommy Moore is in the chat. Hey, Tommy says,
Tommy.
Hey, yo, Rip Scott Hall. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Because he's the bad guy.
Yes, it's very sad. Rest in peace, Scott Hall. A bitter fight that he had. Vindicator says, Travis, would you take a chance on tasting that Stone Cold Lager?
Normally, I would say yes, but no, I haven't had gluten in 4 years. I don't want to break it on beer.
Rob is like, Brock is going to unleash on Roman. What's he going to unleash?
Do they have a gluten-free version, Stone Cold? You pussy. Exactly. But no, I'd definitely buy it. Actually, I will buy it. I'll figure out a way to get it. Whether we have it in our area or not.
Right? Sophie's like, congrats to Charmel. Charmel? Who's Charmel?
She is going into the Hall of Fame. I'm glad that somebody said congratulations. I think it's disgusting and an abomination myself. But
what is Charmel then? What's so bad?
She basically is married to Booker T. She was his valet for a few years at the beginning of 2000, and they're putting her in the Hall of Fame, obviously because of her husband. It's weird as fuck to me.
Who's her husband?
Booker T.
Oh, for real, her husband?
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, what?
Like, I saw that, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
So she's going to go into the Hall of Fame before some of those other girls that probably deserve
that
to
actually
be in it?
maybe wrestled or were better part of the show.
I mean, I'm not saying that China's better, but, I mean, she actually wrestled and did...
Okay, no, you can say China's better. That's not a...
Well, I know a lot of people don't like her.
No, it doesn't matter. She's a Hall of Famer. She should have already been in the Hall of Fame.
I don't understand why they would put somebody like that in there that did nothing. Somebody who did lots of stuff.
She would announce for King Booker.
Oh.
And but just for the time that he was king.
Right.
Like, I mean, anyways, that one is just, it lets you know that anybody that's ever been on the television in WWE can be in the Hall of Fame.
That's kind of sad. And
oh my gosh.
Sophie, yeah, congrats to Charmel. I mean,
yes, congrats to her. I mean, I'm not hating on her. I'm just saying that she didn't do anything. It's like Bad Bunny's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and I get that because you don't only have to be on it once. Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You just have to be in it once. Mike Tyson's in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Like Logan Paul's going to be put in
yes.
there. Isn't what's-his-face going to in there, or will be? He won a title. He's a weirdo.
David Arquette?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But David Arquette would be one of the guys that should be put in as... Because every year they do like a celebrity type. Or they used to. I don't know if they're doing the celebrities every year. Like, as of now, we don't have a tag team going in. Because I think they like to do a tag team, a celebrity, a Warrior Award.
Right.
Which I think is going to be that Shad. At least that's the whispers. I think he was the guy that went after his son in the ocean and drowned.
Oh, yeah, he was friends with Benjamin Shelton.
Yeah,
right?
his name's Shad.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that's the rumor. I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on that. But
interesting. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But
anyways, and since they didn't do it last year, and he died a couple years ago, it makes a little bit of sense.
Right. Looks like Trav, I ordered a bottle of that Brock Lesnar seasoning. It's actually pretty damn good. Does it have gluten and sugar in it?
I haven't heard of that, but I was going to order some JR's barbecue sauce. I won't eat it, but I would still own it. I would put it back here.
Put it away.
Put it on a shelf.
I was like, you can get gluten-free beer. I'm sure you can.
Not Stone Cold's beer.
But not Stone Cold stuff.
Oh, anyways, what's Seth saying here?
He was lost?
He gave him an idea. What's the idea? Who is you?
He's a visionary.
He's a visionary. He's
a
wearing like a
revolutionary.
robe sports jacket.
He's Seth freaking Rollins. That's why.
Have you ever seen a robe sports jacket, though?
Well, I've seen sport jackets that are long, but usually just for women.
Yeah, but
not
it's
usually
soft.
men.
Oh, like you wear those.
Yeah, weird.
Who's he bringing out? Kevin?
Who was supposed to come out?
Is he going to beat up Kevin and then him and Kevin will have a match?
Oh, God. Like a real match? And then it's going to be weird?
What, at Mania? So Kevin does have a match? Because as of now, it's just this Stone Cold thing.
Right?
But that would be weird if Kevin got 2 spots.
That would be weird. Films was come on Bliss. This would probably be the perfect time to come out on Raw. Seth's out there right now, so probably not. Looks like she was, Sharmell, she was with Booker during the King Booker era. But she started as a Nitro girl and did wrestle in WCW till she got a neck injury.
Yeah, she was part of some blonde group. They were called the Gorgeous Blondes or the Beautiful Blondes or something.
You need a drum roll.
She won Miss America, I believe.
You have a talk show.
It was Black Miss America. She won Black Miss America.
Nice.
In
Stone
97?
Cold Steve Austin.
Ha ha!
What if I had a talk show?
Freaking speaking!
Freaking speaking with Seth freaking Rollins!
The Rollins Report.
Look at Kevin. He's like, no. What if my guest was Stone Cold Steve Austin? Oh my God. They're fighting over Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ladies, you're both pretty.
This is nonsense. You're both pretty. It's fine. Phil's like, I want my bliss. Oh my God, it's bliss. Robbie says, is Roman keeping the belt? Who knows? Pico says,
Well, you got your fancy bus back there. Let's go back there. Are they going to wrestle?
The winner has the talk show at WrestleMania. Oh, Lord, pants,
Seth.
guys. Oh, man.
No. Kevin's like, no. Seth, it's terrible.
I've already pissed him off.
Get your own idea.
Get your own idea. Why are you guys fighting?
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, Mom came down.
That's
Daddy
Daddy.
came down.
That's Daddy.
Oh, God. Oh, God damn. Oh, jeez.
You guys, oh my God. Look, don't look at the surface of this, because we already know Kevin Owens and Austin's happening.
Right?
Right? With the real news stuff. But what it is the last match of the night. Let's put this in our heads. Who interferes
Oh, God.
to set up the match
With Seth.
with Seth?
Because he's got to have a match, right?
Is it Cody?
Oh, I don't know.
Right at the end?
There you go. Who knows?
Because I'm like, why is Seth out here right now? Because Cody's not going to come out in the middle.
No.
But now they just set it up at the end. Might not even be a match. We're going to find out how much time's left in the show also. If there's 5 minutes left in the show when they're starting that match.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, right now we have 2 hours left.
Boom.
What's going to happen? It's a lot of time.
We got to find out with Logan and Seth,
3
or
weeks ago,
Miz right now.
garbage. Anyways, Piccolo says unpopular, but why Sharmell? Miss Elizabeth has never been considered to enter the Hall of Fame.
Amen.
That's a good point right there,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Robbie says,
ridiculousness.
Robbie says, Piccolo, I know, right? I don't get it either. Robbie says, Seth, his gimmick is so cool. Luke says, the seasoning comes in a gluten and sugar-free version. Brock partnered with popular YouTubers, the Breaded Butchers, to make his seasoning.
Huh, I'll have to goog.
Nice. Robbie says, what did you cook with it, Luke? And Luke says, I used it on a full brisket and a full rack of ribs. Robbie's like, decent, Luke. And Robbie's, LOL, Seth. And Sophie says, about the cutting edge. What about the cutting edge?
It's a talk show with Seth, Edge.
Ah, nice. Luke says, freaking speaking. I'm all in, LOL.
Oh, I'm sold. I even took notes. Freaking speaking.
Freaking speaking. With Seth freaking Rollins. Robbie says, Seth versus KO at Mania. Nah, I don't think so. Bigelow says, grasping straws here, but fight Corey Graves or something. Vindicator's like, Luke is a confirmed carnivore, no gluten-free in his vocabulary. If he was a confirmed carnivore, he wouldn't have gluten at all in his vocabulary.
Yeah, if you're going full carnivore, you can't have any wheat or grain or any rice.
Robbie says KO just got
fruit,
robbed
vegetables.
right in front of him. Maybe, but not for sure. Sophie says, maybe they are saving Miss Elizabeth for next year. Oh, Sophie, that's really sweet and so nice
love
of
it.
you to
Thank
say,
you.
But I highly doubt they're ever going to put Miss Elizabeth.
I don't know why they didn't put her in with Randy.
Right?
I mean, that would have been poetic.
Perfect. They could have just snuck her in there and nobody would have made a big deal. Rob is like, it's Ray and Condom. And Vindicator says Seth has wrestled Owens Q dozens times. Too, I don't understand why management love these rehashes so much. They have no credible, fresh talent on these shows. Well, all the other people just keep getting broken.
Our business.
It's Ray and his son against the Hurt Business. So amazing. Oh, bearded butchers, not breaded. Oh, bearded.
I figured, hey.
Sorry.
If you're a cooker and your name's
butchers. I read
the
it
breaded
wrong.
butchers.
I'm so sorry. You know, sometimes it's hard to read the white print on the black background, and it's just far enough away sometimes that it'll always catch the words correctly. So I apologize. My bad. But breaded butchers sound pretty funny too. But bearded butchers. So write that down. Bearded
Why am I
butchers.
writing that down? It's not wrestling. It's food.
It's food. But it's a spice thingy. Might be good. Well, and it's from Brock Lesnar stuff. So you want that. Pico says, give me a break. Maybe I could run for president. You totally could. You should do it.
Be on wrestling first.
Vindicator says, and they bring up NXT people in bits and pieces. This is why AEW is crushing them in popularity with major signings and call-ups in bunches.
Well, the only reason, though, is they're taking the WWE guys.
They're taking the rejects from WWE, and then they're trying to make them popular. And it just makes it sad. Real sad. So sad.
Well, I'm just saying it's hard to have major signings when you're the one that's letting everybody go. Wait, it'll happen. You're going to see a flow, right? It's going to go back and forth. And wait till the top AEW guys start signing with WWE. Mm-hmm. And it will happen. They just don't have top guys yet.
Yep.
Yet.
Pico says brisket sounds excellent right now. Well, considering that you were drinking a protein shake, I bet chewy food sounds good.
And does anybody know the wrestler Roxy? So it's R-O-C or R-O something C, Roxy. She signed with WWE today, I guess, or yesterday, or this week.
Is that R-O-X maybe?
Yeah, something like that. But it's Rox and then C. So R-O-X and then C.
So it's just without the K?
It's something like that.
That's weird. Greg Clary's in the chat. Hey, Greg says, hi, guys. Hey, yo. And Sophie says Rick Steiner might get inducted and Psycho Sid.
R-O-K-C and then Rock and then C.
Yeah.
So she signed with WWE.
Interesting.
The rumor is, I don't know. I guess.
Rumor mills. Robin says if you have more chance of getting in the Hall of Fame than Miss Elizabeth.
NXT brand, so.
NXT. Well, starting out. Looks like from everything I've seen, Miss Elizabeth made a personal request to Vince long ago to not put her in. She didn't want to go in due to all the behind-the-scenes drama. Yeah, I guess, that could be the choice. But you know what's really funny
about that? Did they have a Hall of Fame when she died? I feel like that's way before they had a Hall of Fame. When was the first year of the Hall of Fame? Because she died like in the earlier 2000s with Lex Luger. Or Luger killed her, one of the two.
Right. The thing about that, Luke, though, is the fact that when does Vince ever go by people's wishes? Because The one guy didn't want to be inducted, and then he died, and then Vince did it anyways. Like, he didn't care. He just did it.
Yeah, Randy Poffo. That's Randy Savage. That's the guy that I said she should have went in with.
So there you go.
He wouldn't go in. The reason he didn't want to go in is because he wanted his dad and his brother to go in with him. That way he had the clout, right? And then Vince had no other option. But once he died, Vince could do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Piccolo says that reaction channel is about to start tonight. It's 70s hard rock stream. 70s hard rock? What do they consider hard rock in the 70s?
Oh my gosh, seriously.
Led
rock. Zeppelin.
That was hard rock.
Yeah.
Jeff
Black
Samuels,
Sabbath.
Jeff Samuels in the chat. Hey, Jeff. Says, hey, Wrestling Gab, bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Yeah.
Sad face goat. Greg Clary says, why does Vince bury NXT guys? He doesn't always bury them, and the ones he buries are kind of the ones that were cultivated by Triple H.
Right. Yeah. Damian Priest, I think, is doing fine for himself.
Mm-hmm. He's a little bit bigger guy, though.
And so is RK Bro, right? They're doing fantastic.
Riddle, yeah.
Old Riddle.
Pico says, yeah, she's an indie wrestler. You're Roxy. And Vindicator says, Kenny Omega and Lance Archer signing would send shockwaves throughout the fan community for sure. And I remember Roxy from Booker T brand Reality of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Luke says, Roxy signed today to go to NXT. She was the first ever ROH women's champ. And Bryce says, okay, I have to go. Bye, guys. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for hanging with us for a second. And Luke says the first year of WWE Hall of Fame was 1993. And Pico's message retracted but said 1993. My bad, Luke. It looks like, and Elizabeth died 10 years later in 2003.
I never saw anything with the Hall of Fame when I was a kid.
They must have not have done shows for it.
I don't remember it at all.
Well, maybe it just wasn't a big thing. Were you even watching WWE stuff that time?
Oh.
In 93?
Absolutely. That's Hulk Hogan's.
2003?
Hulk Hogan's prime was in 93.
On WWE?
Yeah.
Or WCW?
I turned right at around that time. I think that's the year that Hogan left.
93?
Right around 93, 94. And then, obviously I've always watched the NWA/WCW.
Oh, it's always about, there's The Miz.
Oh, they're coming out ringside? The Miz.
It's The Miz. He's like, oh, you thought I wasn't going to show up? I'm going to show up. With some Logan.
Oh, Logan's with him. Logan's touring with him.
Damn. He's just going everywhere. He's like, I have no life. Ravi says, I don't watch NXT enough to care. KO better win, yo. Films like Seth Rollins is done with Kevin Owens. I don't know what's happening there.
Oh, no, guys. I think something fun's going to happen tonight.
Vindicator's like, yo, bro, for show, bro. And Film says, the Hurt business still continuing? Yes.
Yeah.
Pepper Owens like, it's not fun. Nah, Sonya.
Can you imagine just, like, you're in a tag team and they break you up and then all of a sudden you're back together? Like, with no storyline. You're just a tag team again.
Like, oh, hey, by the way, guys, sorry, can you guys do shit? Thanks. Oh, sure, we want paychecks.
Hey.
They're going to say no.
We're going to release you, but we decided to make you a tag team that nobody remembers when they list the tag teams in WWE.
I always forget that they're even still
Dominik
there.
throwing Shelton Benjamin around.
I was like,
Benjamin
oh no,
reverses
Logan
it.
Paul is in Jacksonville? That sucks. It looks like
He
the
lives
Hall of
there,
Fame
doesn't he?
only started being on WrestleMania weekend in 2011. Before that, it was a private ceremony done in January, but not announced till WrestleMania.
Huh.
See? That's why you probably never saw it or heard of it.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, and then they started letting all the guys in from the 80s in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So who was in the Hall of Fame? The guys from the 60s and 70s?
Maybe. I don't know who they started with.
It just...
Who was the very, very first person inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame
right.
in 1993?
What year did Andre go in? Because that would be to tell me if it was true or not.
I want to know who the very first person was, and Travis wants to know when Andre went.
Because Andre would have to go in the year he died, if it was around that time back. Because no, we're gonna wait 10 years for Andre. Oh, by the way, he invented wrestling, but it's fine.
Right. Film says boo, Logan Paul boo, and Pico says I think Hall of Fame was pretty questionable when Abdullah the Butcher was inducted.
I get you, but at the same time, he needed to be in there as a wrestler, but not as a monster.
Vinegar says Liv Morgan, future Hall of Famer 2033. Film says, bro, Logan Paul's t-shirt merch looks cringe.
I didn't even see it.
Don't even look at his...
Oh, is that him?
I guess that's his face.
It's like Grizzly Adams, but with it all done up nice. He used to do Maverick stuff. Remember that? The bird stuff?
Yes. When he didn't kill his bird.
The dog killed his bird.
Before he murdered his bird. People's like Jacksonville is on the East Coast. I'm on the opposite side, Northwest Panhandle. Well, that sucks. Film says, haha, good one, Travis. No, he doesn't live in Jacksonville. He lives in Ohio.
No, he does not. He lives in Florida.
He's from Ohio.
Yeah, he grew
live there no more.
Yeah, he lives in Florida, though. Somewhere in Florida. I'm not sure where.
And he probably has houses everywhere else in the fucking country, plus the world.
Yeah, I know he was in Los Angeles for a while, but I know he started training down over there for that Mayweather fight.
Yeah. Robbie says Logan Paul selling more merch than Chelsea FC. LOL. Luke says Andre the Giant was the first inductee in a posthumous ceremony. And Andre was the sole inductee that year. So he was the only inductee in 1993 when they first started the Hall of Fame. And they started it because of him. When did he die?
Right around that time. Somewhere between 90... Well, he was still wrestling in 92, I think. 93, 94, 95.
Oh, no. Poor Cedric's going to get the 619er.
Oh, double!
Doubled the 619ers.
Whoa! Dominik
Poor
going up
Shelton.
top.
He got attacked. And Dominik's son is or Ray's
5-star.
Dum dum. He's like, look what I can do. This guy.
Eddie Guerrero's son.
This guy.
Uh-oh, Miz getting in there and Logan.
Oh.
Oh, Logan went right after Mysterio's knee.
He's like, I grabbed him. Don't
Take
go
his
in
mask
there.
off. Sorry.
Don't do that. That's no.
Inappropriate.
That's inappropriate, Travis. Inappropriate sports conduct right there. Film says hopefully another women's match should be coming up. Hopefully, and Luke says in 94 and 95 the Hall of Fame was held in conjunction with King of the Ring, and 96 was in conjunction of Survivor Series.
That's cool. I just didn't know people were being introduced.
Vindicator says, just like Steve Austin was born in Texas but lives in California, probably selling lockers at $25
Look at this.
a case.
Logan's in trouble.
And he only has like 12
Whoa.
in a case, which is really sad.
Oh, Logan got kicked in the knee.
Oh, no.
He needs those wheels.
He's like, oh, my God. What am
Double
I gonna...
619 Miz with the save.
Miz saved his butt. He's like, okay, we got to get out of here because we can't have you beat up. Well, I was like, is Hall of Fame worth watching? It's kind of boring.
I've watched it a couple times and never again.
Right? Sophie's like, the Hall of Fame is scheduled to be an hour and a half. There are years when they didn't do the Hall of Fame. That's true, Sophie. They didn't. And and it's kind of weird that it's an hour and a half. Usually it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, we used to watch it during breakfast time because it was on the day before, so we'd play it. Because we'd just do a rest. And it was on all freaking morning.
We had to like start at 10 o'clock in the morning so you could start watching WrestleMania stuff at 3.
And then I would start with the NXT show was that Saturday, and then I would put that on, and then I would put the Mania on. So I'd time everything to where it all just kind of flowed.
It was awful.
For you.
It was
for everybody else, we all loved it.
I ever had to deal with in my entire life. It was horrible.
It was once a year.
It was horrible. It was something I'd never look forward to. Looks like then for 10 years it was held privately with no ceremonial announcements. Then from 07 to 10 it was held privately, then announced at WrestleMania. The first year of WrestleMania of Hall of Fame weekends was 2011. Walter says, good Raw tonight. Yeah, Walter, it's just amazing.
Woo!
And Pico says, wow, Andre had only lived to be 46. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't very old.
He wasn't very old.
He just was constantly growing.
Issues will do that to your little body, or big body.
Yeah, giant bodies for
your
some.
Your organs can't keep up with it, is what happens, unfortunately. Vindicator says, so, Walter. Robbie's like, I think I will skip it then.
Did you know there was a guy that was born midget? Right? He was born like a dwarf, like a tiny dwarf.
And then he became a giant.
And he became one of the tallest men in the world.
You showed me that.
It was he got a pituitary gland something when he was a baby midget or whatever they're called.
A dwarf.
And so that has happened.
Yes.
One in a quadrillion.
Probably a very rare person. Well, there's like a Rip Scott Hall NWO guy on Razor Ramon. Hey, yo. Yeah, it's very sad.
Would you ever want to own a little dwarf?
What the fuck?
They're like little dolls. Those little ones. They're so creepy. No.
They're people.
I get it.
People.
I'm scared of dolls. I can only imagine.
People.
I would probably run.
They have very squeaky high voices
I
too,
know.
so it'd be even more strange.
I would be
so
running.
It's like, remember the Slam My Awards? I meant Slammy Awards.
The old Slammies. Do they not do that anymore?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anything about them. Walter's like, I can stay for 20 minutes, but on Wednesday, WAPM, I'll be here. But I'm still here now. Good job, Walter. Vindicator says, so Edge has creepy blue light, like Fiend and Bliss had creepy red light. Again, no creativity or originality with this company. Chris Akani's in the chat. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Rip Scott Hall. Yes, very sad to hear that he passed away. His family had to make hard decisions. Hard decisions.
Edge is up next.
Oh, God, this guy. Seriously, why? I'm going to go take a break. Why?
Like a Kit Kat bar? Do you need a Kit Kat bar?
Oh, God, no. I'm pretty sure I have enough garbage. I don't need Kit Kat bars, too. Rob is like, why would I want to watch a few wallets get a fake gold ring and claim to be legends? LOL, forget that. Walter's like, everybody get a toothpick in honor of Scott Hall. Travis has his toothpick.
I already flipped one earlier.
I don't have one.
Didn't need one.
No. Then I just wouldn't read chat. Just play with a toothpick the whole time. Because then I don't have to talk.
You flip it.
No, I don't want to flip.
Oh, look for the bald guy that Luke was talking.
Dude?
Yeah, Luke was talking about him. He's
that
like
guy?
a famous gamer.
Oh, not that guy.
Not a wrestler.
Oh.
He'll be like a
that
real.
Guy?
It'll be a real human.
That guy? That guy? That guy? That guy.
They didn't show any more real people. Never mind.
Oh, I was looking for a guy, but I didn't find him. I filled.
Whoa. Temptation turns up the heat.
That's disgusting.
We used to call that a Tuesday when I was in college.
Ew, gross.
Now they make TV shows out of it.
Walter says,
You ever drank a fish?
God, no. Ew.
Yeah. They used to do shots. So there was a swimming pool, like a kiddie one, and they'd fill it up with goldfish.
Gross.
And you'd pick them up.
No.
And swallow it with your shot.
No.
Disgusting.
Gross. Looks like it's the bald guy on the couch at the start of the commercial.
I was looking.
I wasn't looking. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Walter's like, RK Bro will have a party tonight.
Yeah.
Why are they having parties?
Because they won the tag team championships.
Does anybody even eat Butterfinger candy bars anymore?
Oh my God! Is there a better candy bar than the Butterfinger?
You know, they're only good when they're like really fresh.
Mm-hmm. And they're softer.
Yeah, when they get kind of crunchy, gross, they're not as good. I don't like them like that. They have to be so fucking fresh that the insides are just soft.
Fresh.
That doesn't happen.
So, I'm guessing it's going to be the Street Profits that interfere or come down and interrupt their party. Now it's going to be weird because they're both good guys, but I feel like, but I feel like that is a must to have the double faces in that one. They could do a triple threat, I guess. I was hoping it would just be the Street Profits. I want to see the Street Profits walk out as champions.
Yeah, they need to be champions again at some point.
Maybe we can hang a net up here, and then put some red cups in it. Yeah. We can just pull a little string, and if they win the titles.
Dork.
What? That's cool.
Vindicator says, I'm afraid of stabbing my tongue or cheeks with a toothpick or worse, my throat. You're not supposed to swallow
Try not to swallow it.
I know they're made of trees, and you and trees have a very volatile relationship.
You could get plastic ones, but it'll up your estrogen, which could create
get some
cancer.
Plastic ones that look like swords.
Anyways, don't put plastic in your mouth.
Yeah, Travis. Don't chew on plastic.
I chew on anything. I'd probably chew on a bug.
Is it a chewy? Is it chewy enough?
Hey, look.
I'll chew on it.
I'm excited to see this. April 15th. The Secret of the Dumbledore.
Dumbledore secret.
The
Why
Secret of the Dumbledores.
People's brain stems and getting rid of them.
It's
I do
their
not
memory.
like the new Grindelwald. Nope.
Oh, he's badass.
No.
I think he's better. They should have just started with him.
No. No.
The Secrets of Dumbledore.
No. No.
And there she is. They're acting like she died. Oh, she's going to be introduced by her husband. The Booker.
That's pretty lame. They're like, we couldn't find anybody else, so we got your husband.
You think you know me? Edge has new music.
Is this his old music?
No. This is...
Oh.
I mean, that might be old stuff, but that intro, that first part isn't.
I don't know.
Why do they keep changing the wrestler's stuff?
I don't know. I hate him. So it
What?
doesn't matter to me.
What does that have to do with anything?
Ugh. This guy. Parvo. Anyways, Luke says there are lots of candy bars better than Butterfinger. The fuck? LOL. Walter's like Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
Signed with
whatever.
WWE. Vindicator's like a Butterfinger will easily give you cavities. LOL. I always had a toothbrush on hand whenever I ate them. Like, if they were not fresh and they were like the harder, they like stuck to your teeth, like in your teeth. So you better had a toothpick on hand.
So Edge obviously playing the heel role here. He's not running out and seeing all the people and hugging them and getting all jacked up.
He's like, I hate the people. Hate them. It looks like Twix, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, Snickers, Nestle Crunch Bars. You had me until you said Nestle Crunch Bars.
No,
man.
no.
That's nasty.
None of those are better than...
If you would have said $100,000, I would have totally went with it. But no. Pablo Plays is in the chat. Hey, Pablo.
Hey, Pablo.
Says we want a Cody. We get a can of... Walter's like,
We
Queen
still
Charmel
could.
Now in the Hall of Fame.
They moved
Yeah.
Seth to the end of the show so we can still get that huge pop if something happens.
Rob is like, Edge Reborn. Walter's like, Edge turned heel. And Luisa Pablo, there's still an hour and a half of Raw. Be patient. LOL. Bill's like, I guess the Radar Superstar got a new entrance theme.
Maybe they'll bring in Brock Anderson.
Yeah, that'd be great. Vindicator says Queen Charmel is a better gimmick than Queen Zelina, right, Travis? And Edge changed his music to hill music, Travis. Charmel sounds like she should like be on a toilet paper commercial.
Chamel. What was that called?
Charmin.
Rob
Rob is like, oh, do you excited for Edge new music gimmick? And Film's like, don't see Bliss, sad face. Pablo Plays the Seth is gonna win for sure. You think? You think he's gonna win and then Kevin won't get his show?
No. They've already put that together. They've already spent too much time on it.
Well, there's like the music is not bad on Raw. Pablo says he's so much better than Kevin.
As
his
a competitor,
stuff is good, but
as in the ring, he's better than Kevin.
Yeah.
He's a bigger star than Kevin, but the whole point of it is to get Seth an opponent at WrestleMania.
Boom says, come on, my Bianca Goddess Bliss. Please be on Raw, right? Luke says, but the ultimate candy is Reese's Pieces, followed by Milk Duds and Andy's Chocolate Mints, and I'll fight you over my choices.
Yeah, well...
Bring it on, bitch. I'll fight you, too, because I would have to say no.
Trying to think of the best candy bar. I do like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Right?
But I'm trying to think if...
I used to eat a lot of Reese's Pieces when we go camping. I'd buy Reese's Pieces and jerky and eat them together.
and it's hard to go against Snickers. Like, Snickers is actually a really good candy
Snickers
bar.
has all of it, right? It has the nougat, the caramel, the peanuts.
You don't matter to me.
You don't matter to me.
You're so jealous of me.
Jellyfishies. Walter's like, okay, lights up. It's dark on Raw. LOL. Robbie's like, what's with the awful suit jacket Edge has on? I thought you'd like it, Robbie. It seems like it's right down your road. Pablo says, Rip Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. And Film says, Rip Razor Ramon Scott Hall. Yes, very much so. Vindicator's like, just curious, Luke. Are you and Travis the same size, or is one guy larger than the other? Body weight, I'm talking about. Nothing else. LOL.
What are we talking about?
Vindicator's asking, just curious, Luke, are you and Travis the same size? Or is one guy larger than the other? Body weight, I'm talking about. Nothing else.
I don't know.
Considering that Luke is like a giant.
I don't know. I don't know what Luke weighs.
Who's like, 6'5" or 6'6" or whatever he is. And all that good stuff. Film says if Cody Rhodes comes back, I hope he plays his old Smoking Mirrors version 1, not version 2. That version of that song sucks. Version 1 is better. Robbie's like, D, I can see you wearing that jacket.
Woo!
I can see you wearing that whole suit. Maybe you should grow your hair out, Robbie. You should totally just be Edge. And you should just have a blue light following you around everywhere you go so you can be so cool. Like, because he's just, so cool. Pico's like, I'm a fan of Toblerone, Swiss chocolate that you can snap a piece at a time with honey.
Nothing wrong with that.
As Luke says, Vin, I'm 281 pounds, but 6'7", which makes a difference. Saying to me was up there in height. 6'7", 6'6". Somewhere up there in the clouds. Robbie's like, oh, I did used to have long hair. Well, maybe you should have kept it, and then you could have been just like your boy Edge. Because you love him so much. You talk about him all the time.
Edge is talking.
He's boring, and I don't like him.
I had to look who he is wrestling. I forgot. AJ Styles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He broke AJ. So we don't know if that's really going to happen. It looks like I'm truly lean and cut as opposed to bulky muscle or other types of bulky. And Vindicator says, oh, okay, Travis is still close, though, since I've seen him stand up. He's so close. He's like almost a foot shorter.
Yeah. I don't know what height has to do with anything.
Let's see. Robbie says, oh, dude, that's your boy. Hey, mine. I don't want him. You can keep him. All up your own. You're a big fan. You've been watching us a lot longer than me. So it was like before this Edge feud, it seemed like they didn't know what they were going to do with AJ Styles at Mania.
Yeah, but he's got me by over 40 pounds.
Robbie says, D, what is your boy Edge chatting about? Fuck if I know, dude. I don't want to listen to his dumbass. You guys are supposed to be listening to him. I don't listen. I do not listen to this boy wonder talk. He annoys me so much that I don't like listening to him.
2 weeks ago, we're going to the women again.
Ooh, yay! Show us what happened. Oh,
we don't want to watch
her.
this shit again.
Chris says, why does Edge think he's Taker with dark lights? LOL. I have no idea, Chris. But he seems to think that he's, up there with him, I guess. I don't know. The scar's a painful reminder. Oh, jeez. I was like, Eston needs a slap in the face. She's so annoying. So he's like, Raw is almost over. Yeah, it's like halfway. That's amazing.
Hitting that halfway point.
Edge didn't have too long of a talking point, so that was alright. Still may have too many of him talking. Stop trying to make excuses. Vindicator's like, Travis, that hair whip on Becky sounded like a firecracker or a small gunshot. LOL.
Yeah, it broke the sound barrier. That's what that crack was.
Do. Have you ever actually heard a bull whip? They do that. Luke says, if I was 6'1" or shorter, I'd be a blow. Or a scary looking veins, mass of muscles. But since I'm stretched out at 6'7", I'm super lean. I have muscles, but more toned than bulky. Chris says, no, Bliss. No, I haven't seen her yet. Somebody says, who misses the second hour era of Raw? Those were the days.
Right?
And Jacob Eugene says, we still have an hour, Travis.
Do we?
Yeah, we have an hour and a half. We're only halfway done.
I keep getting told what time it is. Why do people want me to
I have no idea.
know every minute?
I don't know.
Quit telling me how much time's left.
But I do not like Bianca with blue lipstick. It makes her clownish like Rhea. She wears all kinds of different colors of lipsticks, Vindicator. You just notice.
Who is Esther wrestling?
Herself? God, wouldn't that be hilarious? So if it's like, remember, Nitro was 3 hours?
Yeah, there towards the end, I think it was.
I have no idea. Rob is like, Esther chatting so much shite. And Sophie says, so we are past the halfway mark. By 5 minutes. I'm going to tell
Oh my God.
the time now.
Are you serious?
Every second.
It's Dewdrop.
Jacob wants you to know it's 8:35 p.m. there. Where I was like, Esther couldn't beat square 1-on-1. Well, she probably could have if she would have slapped her and whipped her with her hair. Cheater.
I hope this match at WrestleMania lasts 26 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
Wouldn't that be great?
It'd be hilarious
Becky
if they
comes
did
in
that
and
to
slams
her.
her.
Just gives her the big once-over.
Hey,
and
we got a
done.
guy match coming up next. You guys got to cut it short.
Sophie says, oh, great, this match for the 7th or 8th time. Who's it against? I didn't
Dewdrop.
even catch. Oh, it's Dewdrop.
That's all they got, guys. They only have so many girls. They can't do a whole bunch of diversity in their matches when you only have 8 guys, girls.
Yeah.
8 peeps.
And you can't do anything with, like, Rhea or anything because she's stuck with dumbass Liv over there in pretend tag team town. Sophie wants you to know the time there. It's 9:35. Just so you know. Rob is like, Dumpling is actually a legit wrestler.
Yeah, she's not bad at all.
Chris says we need a gothic type gimmick. I mean, not like Rhea or Liv or Bliss, but I mean a real goth like that. Actually wears black and cool ring gear and even
Or like a vampire.
Anime.
Anime?
And wouldn't mind a girl gimmick, but that might be kind of cringe. Oh, I have no idea what's happening.
I was thinking, like on South Park, when you have all the emo kids, and then the vampires or whatever, they're like, ugh. They don't like each other, but everybody thinks they're exactly the same.
They're all the same. Vampires, goth, and emos, they're all exactly the same.
But not on South Park. They're all different.
They all try to be different.
Right.
But they're all the same. I just watched that today, actually. It was on earlier. Yeah. It was on earlier today. That's too funny. Luke says, hello, there's a Twitter meme that is calling Edge Oscuro, comparing his amount of transformations to Penta. Well, I feel that that's kind of, offensive to Penta, and I think Edge needs to find his own thing. He just steals everybody else's stuff. What a loser.
Oh my God, he is himself.
Loser.
He's been himself the whole time.
Loser.
Libbity bibbity.
So he says, it is the WWE's fault for releasing a lot of women, or else they wouldn't run into that type of problem. They have some women, they just don't use them.
They got a whole bunch in NXT that I'm excited to see. That Lyons girl, whatever her name is. Nikita Lyons. I want to see her on the main roster ASAP. And then there's some girl named something like Jurassic Lashes or something like this, or like
Jurassic Lashes?
Yeah, it's something like Classic Lash or something. Anyways, it's about eyelashes, I think, because she has really long eyelashes. But she was in the WNBA.
Oh.
She's tall and big. I think I showed
you showed her to me. Yeah, I don't remember
her name's something Lashes.
Yeah.
Like Great Lashes, or I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah,
I like Jurassic Lashes best.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, her. Fabulous Lash, maybe? Maybe, no, that's Maybelline.
I don't know, hun. Here. Just stop with guessing the name and just go on with whatever you're saying.
I'm just saying, I want to see these girls on the main roster. They
Right.
are not ready, but when they're ready, I want to see them up.
I wouldn't mind seeing, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez. There's a couple other ones, I suppose.
I feel like Dakota kind of missed her her window opened and then fizzled out, and now she's in Obscura land in NXT.
That's
She's like in some tag team that means nothing about
nothing.
nothing.
She's like crazy and talks to herself.
Yeah, same thing with that's happening with the Giant Gonzalez. By the way, that is her stepdad. If you guys didn't know that, the Giant Gonzalez that wrestled the Undertaker, I think at WrestleMania or SummerSlam, and he was the huge guy that towered over him. That's actually her stepdad. He raised her. Raquel Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But anyways, why aren't you saying anything? It's all quiet. It's one-sided dialect on this side. Uh-oh, Veer.
Oh, hey, it's a Veer sighting again. He's going to be an old man before we ever see him actually wrestle.
That was actually pretty funny. Coming to Raw, guys.
Coming to Raw, maybe.
In 2037.
That was seen on Instagram following Sean Gordon on there. He posted a little meme up there that had Veer, him coming to Raw, but his face was all old, like an old man, and he's still coming to Raw. It's amazing. It was hilarious. So shout out to Sean Gordon there. That was pretty
At
fun.
some point, he will show up on Raw before the year 2047.
Right. Vindicator says maybe Bianca gets paid double every time the KOD, the doughy one. My only understanding for scheduling a rehash once every 2 weeks. Robbie's like, Vin, only if you pay her. And Luke says there is a DLC for the South Park Stuck of Truth game where you have to recruit the emo kids to stop the vampire kids. Jesus. Vindicator says, Sophie, they can solve by calling up NXT girls, but they are too dumb and obsessed with symbolism to do it now. Probably want to do it at all after Mania. As Sophie says, I played that South Park game and the sequel to it. And Chris says they also need to bring up Io and Kai already and Gonzalez. Vindicator says, nah, Ravi Doe drop just isn't worth it. Ravi says, only Lash I know is Bob. And Luke says, I'm waiting for Casey Catanzaro and her partner to get called up. That will instantly energize the women's tag division since since none exist.
Yeah, it's a terrible division.
So
are they going to come up and take the titles off of Sasha Banks and Naomi? Because that's who's going to win.
Oh, yeah. Sophie says, but if they call up NXT women, what are the chances that they will get their name changed?
100%.
Some will and some of them won't. Not all of them will. It just depends on how big of a name they've made for themselves, really. Luke says Giant Gonzalez was freaking stupid huge.
Yeah, that's her stepdad, but her dad was also a big guy, too. You had looked it up.
Yeah, I did. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Wednesday for AEW.
See you, Walt.
Be safe. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging with us for a minute. Someone's like, what women's tag division? Exactly. Luke says he would make me look like a dwarf. Vindicator says, Travis, the girl you're mentioning, has the silly name of Lash Legend. Hope she changes it on the main roster.
There it
Her
is.
real name, Anriel Howard, is not that bad.
No, that's I'd be okay with that.
Can't wait for this match, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan. Chris says Veer probably going to debut at Andre Rumble. There isn't going to be one.
I don't think there's going to be one, guys. We'll obviously see when it comes time, but
oh God, where'd she go?
I think they're putting all their guys on the main Raw, like in the matches.
That?
It was just a running senton thing, whatever it's called.
So like
Whoa!
Belair was going to do one, and then Dewdrop was like not there, and so she fell. I don't understand what's happening. Robbie says dumpling just squash us. Film says Bianca showing her yes, and Luke says that was the point of my joke, so if you quit intersecting yourself.
Oh, big headbutt! You could hear
Film
that
says,
radiate.
Veer has been coming to Raw since October. I bet he gets released before showing up to Raw. Films like Nikki A.S.H. Yeah,
It's one of those things we should do an over/under for Veer showing up. Will it be in 2022, or will he be released?
Films like, well, I'm glad Nikki A.S.H. is out there. Boo, Dewdrop, boo. And Luke says there's also a DLC where you have to dress up as a final girl in order to stop the camp counselors from dying. Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Sophie says Kai and Raquel have been ready for a call-up for the main roster for a long time.
Yes. Oh, God. What are you doing?
She missed her.
She's trying to pull a Big E there.
Films like Becky Lynch is not in this match. What on earth?
Well, yeah, it's not going to be in a match
why would
with
Becky
Esther.
Lynch be in an earth with these people? Sophie's like, I don't know about the DLC for the South Park game. And Robbie says, what happened to Shotzi? her father passed away not too long ago, and she's probably just taken some time away.
She put a full butt shot on Instagram today.
That's good.
She doesn't have any tattoos on her butt.
Oh, yeah, by the way, if you guys are interested, Toni Storm is going to be showing her nakedness all over the place, so you guys
It did look like she was going to show off some boobies.
So
if anybody cares about the little raisins.
You better get on that so you guys can see Shotzi all Nako. Films like Bye Walter.
Not Shotzi.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Toni Storm. Luke says, I don't know, Trav. Most of the speculation is Rhea and Liv will win. Casey and her partner will debut on the Raw after WrestleMania and start a tag belt feud.
Which is fine, but they're putting all the women on Raw. Mm-hmm. They got to put some women on SmackDown.
Yeah. At some point, they got to do something. Sophie says Seth is one of their mainstays on the roster, and he doesn't have a spot at Mania yet.
Yeah, let's see how that.
Tonight,
let's see what happens in an hour and a half.
Robbie says Esta would get cooked in AEW. Sophie says I get Gable Stevenson appears on Raw before Veer does. I bet Gable Stevenson appears on Raw before Veer does, and actually wrestles. Is there.
I don't see him wrestling anytime soon, but...
Philip says, oh, geez, she's starting an OnlyFans, too. What a shame. Come on, Toni Storm. Vindicator's like, Toni needs the money. I guess everybody has got bills to pay.
Yeah, I think she already had leaked out a masturbation thing anyways that she had done, because...
Fucking nasty. Jesus Christ, have some fucking... pride in oneself. Come on, girls.
Well, they always say that they were hacked or whatever, and the reason is because she has some sort of a tattoo or some marking on her hand, and you could see it in the video. And that was before she even made it to NXT or anything. I mean, she was in NXT UK, but not NXT America.
Right. Foam says, I'm ready to see the WWE Women's Hair Pro Champion Becky Lynch. She ain't coming. Luke says, I think the Rhea and Liv versus Lacey's team rumor is based on the fact Rhea and Liv actually trained Casey and company in NXT.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're going to find out. So
this is Gable Stevenson appeared on Raw in the crowd for an episode of Raw in the past. He did.
It would be interesting if they put a title on Liv. It's been a minute. I don't think she's ever had one.
Phil says, yes, Ms. D and Travis, I agree. More women on SmackDown, more smack than women.
What's funny is basically what Luke is saying is that the boss is going to lose again at WrestleMania, which is hilarious.
Ooh.
She's never won.
That would be hilarious if she did lose.
She's going to have the Undertaker streak, but backwards. She's 0-21.
King Tones is in the chat. Hey, King says, my fucking ears. What's wrong with them? Did they grow too big for your face? Phil says, cancel OnlyFans. Looks like, what's wrong with your ears? Sophie says, with Dolph as the new NXT champion, does that mean he is going to work both NXT and Raw, or mainly stay on NXT now?
Oh,
I
shit.
don't know. King Tone says, Cody Rhodes appear tonight. Haven't seen
not
him yet.
But he could, because in the main event, Seth
There's
Rollins is wrestling
left.
Kevin Owens.
Seth needs a person
hey,
to have
Miz
a feud
TV
with.
tomorrow night.
Oh, it's
on
going to be
NXT.
on NXT 2.0, huh?
The Miz.
Philip says, hold on, I meant to say more SmackDown women and more women's armpits on SmackDown. Really? I thought you just wanted more smack.
He doesn't like dewdrops.
Rosella Zelinsky's in the chat.
Hey,
Hey, Rosella, how's it going?
Hi.
So it says NXT 2.0 isn't doing great viewers-wise.
No.
Well...
It's a minor league. The minor league
what
baseball
it is.
teams don't draw huge crowds either.
King Tones is like, I have earaches, bro. Aw,
Ouch.
I'm sorry you got some earache. That's nasty.
And
right
your
there.
name is Tones, so it makes it sound like you maybe listen to music too loud.
Robbie says, what's
kidding.
happening in this match? Well, it just came back on.
Yeah, Bianca going up under.
Oh, she just kicked her in the
single-legged
boob.
drop kick. Kicked her right in the left titty.
Breast.
Oh, spear into the corner. Driving her shoulder into her midsection.
Her squishy midsection.
It's very cushiony.
Squishy, squish, squish.
Pushing her to the ropes. Up top. Smacking
Threw
that
her
ass.
there. Now she's got to smack her butthole.
Flips over the top.
She's like, let me make fun of you.
Picks her up.
Because I'm Esta. My God. She
Oh,
is
snap
like a
suplex.
bully, ain't she?
Oh, dewdrop. Look at the power. Oh, no.
Oh, she
Falls
fell over
behind
on the
her.
back of
Lands
her.
on her feet, though. Into the corner. Dewdrop.
Oh,
The
boot to the
slowest splash
face.
attempt ever.
slowest splash attempt ever.
Whoa! Spine buster.
It's a good thing she jumped for her. Don't want to break her back. Don't want her to have any issues. Break her leg or something.
Bianca, here it comes. KOD. She's going to get a hernia.
What's a KOD?
It's just this, and then she'll bring her around and kick her in the face. Terrifying if you're the big girl.
Well,
Squatter.
She's got to hold on to her in really weird places.
Oh.
And then she's got to help throw herself over. So in all reality, Doudrop just does all the fucking work.
1, 2, 3. Esther with the dub.
Blah.
Will Seth Rollins show up now? Does Becky show up and punch her in the back?
I don't know. Nikki A.S.H is out there, so who knows what's happening. Sophie says there are people out there that stopped watching AC after finding out Triple H isn't in charge of that brand anymore. Yeah, but that's just weird if they did.
There she is.
Becky. There she is. She ripped her out by her hair, too.
Pick up the stairs and beat her with them.
Whip her with a whip. Get her crop out. Get her riding crop and whip her
Oh!
with that. See how she likes it.
That hurt her elbow. She's going to have to put her in the disarmor. Put her in the disarmor.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She looks like something out of a 90s movie. Or late 80s movie.
Right? She looks like she should be on Mad Max, but she's on gold instead of black.
Oh, face first.
That's that poor chair. Feel bad for it. Eltham says, come on, Bianca, use your armpits to destroy Doudrop. Well, she doesn't.
Oh, her jewelry's falling out of her hair.
Oh, no!
Get that hair through.
Tie her up in a chair so she can never leave. The ref's like, you need to get out of here. Oh, God.
Oh, that'll hurt ya.
Ugh.
Now get the shears out and cut that. Look, you can see her real hair sticking out the back.
Yeah.
See ya? Next week, the hair witch.
Biatch.
Well, she ain't that.
Bitch.
She ain't the bitch.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. She's not that bitch. She's just bitch. Looks like the masturbation tape was apparently filmed when she was 18 with her at the time boyfriend without her knowledge. That sent her the vid and tried to extort her. So she just released it instead.
Extortion.
Slut bag. Slut bag, slut bag, slut
Own it.
bag, slut
It's
bag.
my vagina.
How dare you try to extort my vagina?
Thank you, Becky. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, Becky. Clap, 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 clap.
Anyways, King Tone says Doudrop is hot. Film says, let's go. Bianca and Rosella says, I don't know why people are saying Kane is coming in this match. I don't know why they say that either. King Tone says Liv Morgan did Luke. And Luke says, Sophie, there are people who supposedly stopped watching AEW after Cody left. So what's your point? It looks like not Liv. Film says, yes, good job, Bianca Belair. King Tone says, in my opinion, Doudrop should be champion. Sophie says, do you see the Briscoes brothers got signed to the WWE since one of Ring of Honor former women's champion just signed to the WWE today?
I have not heard anything about the Briscoe signing.
Film says, and Bianca Belair's armpits look sexy. King Tone says, I am a big Liv Morgan fan. Well, she won her match earlier tonight. You should be very ecstatic for her.
But I hear they're
Very
really good, so
ecstatic.
maybe they can go up to the main roster. Are they that good, or are they NXT worthy?
I don't know about that because I don't know them at all.
Right.
Film says, oh, here comes the champion, Becky Lynch. And Vindication says 3 times the charm. Enough KOD on Dumpling. Never schedule that match ever again. Sophie says, what do you call wrestling fans that don't watch wrestling every week? Delethas.
Casuals.
King Toe says NXT 2.0, no good. Go back to old NXT version. Robbie says F Esta, good. She got cooked. Such a ham roll. Sophie says Doudrop, I could see them releasing her after Mania.
Really? Huh. I did not see that. I feel like she is a top notch. I feel like she's one of the top girls they have.
She does a good job. Film says, I guess Becky Lynch is telling Bianca that she has better hairy armpits on her. LOL.
Ew.
Yes, I think that's exactly what they were talking about. Vindicator's like, Becky looks like a backup dancer for a Jennifer Lopez 90s music video. Boom says, other recapping SmackDown from this past Friday. And Rosella says, people are saying Kane is got to come show up.
Kane is busy tweeting. Guarantee he just tweeted when I said that.
Right?
All he does is tweet. He tweets all day. I'm like, do you get anything done?
No.
There's no way he's a very good mayor of whatever county he's mayor of. He tweets constantly. I've never seen anybody tweet more.
Kay is in the chat. Hi, Kay.
Hey, Kay.
Is Bianca gonna get that ass? Yeah. Is that what's gonna happen? Bum says, I hope Charlotte Flair won't wear any long sleeves on the next SmackDown episode in Charlotte's hometown. And King Tone says, very excited.
Kay's like, what did I just get myself into? Charlotte's armpits.
Rob is like, Ronda needs cooking every week. And Film says, can't wait to see the Armpit Queen Charlotte Flair. Rosella says, and people are saying Roman Reigns is going to fight him, Kane. Oh, yeah, that's what they're saying. That's so strange.
Wow. Well, that's some fun rumors.
Looks like I'm posting a meme pic about the color quality of each Batman movie. It's hilarious. You should post it. I want to see it. Because the color quality has changed. You know what they should do is the color quality of the original Batman show on TV with Adam West as Batman also.
Pow.
Because that's funny.
Oof. That guy in the crowd was about a foot taller than Riddle.
That's kind of terrifying. Looks like a tally. I'll insta message you it. You better. Vindicator says Kane studied the online playbook of the Donald.
Oh, yeah?
Is that why he tweets all the time?
Just constant tweeting?
This constant tweeting is life. This is my opinion.
You know, I've only been on
Twitter. If you don't like it, I don't care.
I've only been on Twitter for like a month, and I don't really do anything on there. So I missed the whole presidency thing. The current president probably can't spell, so he can't tweet.
All right, let's see.
Is incoherent.
Oh, they did put it. Okay, good. This person says, I got this on Discord and haven't stopped thought about it. So these are all of how they are. So there's Batman when he first started.
I see it, yeah.
And then he's in 89 when what's-his-face was Batman.
Michael Keaton,
the best Batman. And then
Val Kilmer.
dark. We'll never know who Batman is in 2025.
That's funny.
That's pretty hilarious.
Dude, I watched that first King Kong movie. Or not King Kong, sorry. The first Godzilla one that they made, for this King Kong feud that he had.
Yeah. We had
I couldn't
turn all the
see
lights
it.
off.
I couldn't see it. And, I finally had to go into the adapt in the TV
and
turn the brightness up.
Yeah, we had to turn all the brightness up on the TV and turn all the lights off in the house and had to watch it in the dark at night in order to be able to see what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, all I could do is hear that they were fighting him in the city. There's this fight scene at the end, and I'm like, no idea what's happening.
I was like, get your party poppers ready for the Arcade Bro celebration. Yeah, let me go get some of those. I'll see you in about a half an hour. Oh, it looks like LOL. It looks like Twitter has great things on it. You just have to dig through a bunch of crap to find it. Yeah. That's actually pretty funny because I could only imagine. Because even the 1989 one that they're showing with Michael Keaton one was a little bit lighter than what they showed. So it's kind of funny that they showed the darkest part of the Batman movie.
I liked that one because it was very colorful because the Joker was in it and everything else.
Yeah. That's why I thought
I had that movie on VHS.
Yeah.
The black case and we'd all draw them on our notebooks in grade school.
Uh-huh. The 3 that Michael Keaton wasn't too bad. So I had a little cousin. She was my cousin's daughter. And she loved Batman. Loved Batman. She had everything Batman. And she watched those movies over and over and over again. And when the newer Batmans came out, like with Val Kilmer as Batman and George Clooney as Batman, she didn't like him. She did not watch him. She didn't like him. She only liked the Michael Keaton Batmans. And I'm sorry to say, I am a very big fan of Michael Keaton Batmans. They hold a very
they
special
have 2?
place in the
Did
heart.
he do 2?
I thought he did 3, but it could be only 2.
I thought he did 1.
Well,
But
I know for sure he did 2, but...
Did he? What was the second one about? Who was in it? Who was the villain? That'll help me out because I don't remember.
Jack Nicholson?
That's the first one. That was the Joker.
Okay, then the second one was Penguin and Catwoman.
That one is
Is Michael Keaton.
Is that Michael Keaton?
Yes, it is.
It's not the one with what's his name in it?
No.
That played the doctor, the ER doctor?
It's Michael Keaton. Nope, that's that one. No, he did 2. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think he did 3, but yeah, I guess he did 2.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was only 2, but I was like, maybe he did 3, but I was like, maybe it was just 2. But yeah. Let's see. Rosella says, I hate Kane. He always texts. Rob is like, LOD, you should have been more organized, but about what? What am I organized about? Glenn Jacobs is in the chat.
Oh, gosh.
Faces.
There he is.
Oh, he's here.
Kane.
Shouldn't you be tweeting? I'm just kidding.
Hey, took a break from tweeting.
Looks like Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as Joker is unmatched. Though I do love Christian Bale as Batman and Heath Ledger as Joker. Luke says Keaton did 2, and the second one was the Danny DeVito as Penguin and Nicole Kidman as Catwoman.
Okay.
Film says, here comes RK Bro. Pico says Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman. Yes.
Did that have Arnold in it too?
Pico is correct on that one. It was Michelle Pfeiffer, not Nicole Kidman.
Or was Arnold the one with the doctor from ER? What's his fucking name?
George Clooney.
George Clooney. Is that the one with Arnold?
Yeah, I think that is. It was he was Mr. Freeze, and then they also had Poison Ivy, and that was... What's her name?
With the far apart eyes?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her, yeah.
Uma
Thurman, yes, that's it. Film says, I hope Matt Riddle says something goofy. He always says something goofy. What's going to happen? They're going to WrestleMania. I think Randy's going to turn on him at some point and tell him what a dork he is.
But I don't think that's going to happen
James like, Kane
now.
is the greatest demon ever. Robbie says,
Yeah.
Is this the best tag team currently?
Well, they're the champions. I still feel like the Usos are the best tag team just because they're real tag team.
Right? It looks like, oops, I get those two confused sometimes. Yes, Nicole Kidman and Michelle Pfeiffer are very confusable.
They're both pretty. Dames. My favorite is, I mean, obviously the Michael Keaton one is untouchable, but besides that one, my favorite one is the Val Kilmer one because Jim Carrey's fantastic in that.
True.
And then Tommy Lee Jones is one of my favorite actors just because he's so clever.
Yes. It got really dumb when they added Robin and then they added Batgirl, and it just made me want to cringe.
I think
so
that was the one with, what's his name?
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
Pico says, I had the Danny Elfman soundtrack for the 90s Batman on repeat. Yeah, because it was so good, right? Rosella says, when are you going to make a new video?
Look at this party play. Obviously, Randy Orton put it together. Half the balloons are sunk.
It's the greatest night of my career. It's the bestest. It's like really shitty, but it's so good.
Little fold-up table.
What do you mean a new video, Rosella? I don't know what you're talking about. We're making a video right now.
We're
People's
live.
like, no worries. Nicole Kidman is still a smoke show. I mean, yeah, she is. Was she ever in? Was Nicole Kidman in a Batman movie?
She's in the first one. No, that's what's Kim Basinger. Yeah, she is. I'm pretty sure she is.
She's not in anything.
Yeah,
with
she's
Michael
in the one
Keaton.
with Val Kilmer.
Is she in that one?
Yep, that's her.
Rosella says, people are saying the Undertaker is going to come back. I wish. Robbie says, D, don't mock the party. I ain't mocking no parties. Did he say second day popcorn?
No, the concession stand popcorn.
That's not even bubble gum. It's
That's
like the
breath
weird gum
gum.
in the packets. Probably nicotine gum. Don't chew it. Rob is like, D, don't mock the party. And Phil says, can't wait to see Rochelle Gonzalez make her debut soon.
What is it?
Not now, but soon. Hopefully on SmackDown.
It's a pouch. He thinks it's...
Oh, God, what is
Here
it?
they come. Street Profits.
Yes. I love our Profits. Yeah, fantastic. Well, of course the Street Profits want to join the party. They want the smoke, and they like to party. They're the partiers of the party gigs. They even bring their own cups. So if it says they are still sowing the seeds of Orton turning on Riddle at some point, they'd have to, right, Sophie? They're going to throw that in our faces for a while.
He's probably going to turn on him at Mania. After they lose.
Right. Roode says, good, the party got interrupted.
Or Monday. He could do it the Monday after.
Robbie, we knew the party was going to get interrupted. I just don't know what was in the green pouch, and I don't want to know. Whatever
he searched
Randy
high and low
for. Seriously. Stuff is like Riddle versus Orton at SummerSlam if they could keep that feud for that long. We're not here to party. We're here about business. Who knew?
Give him that title shot.
Ooh.
Wait.
Yes.
What? He wants to go twice? What night do you want it?
Yeah. Do you?
There it is. It's official. I wrote it down.
Oh no! It's on the list.
It's on my list.
You
It's
just
official.
made the list. You can't just win a match. I expect to be next in line. You gotta win a spelling bee. Have some popcorn. The answer is no. No, not okay, bro. Oh.
Oh, they're playing the heel side.
Oh. Well, when you're Michael Jackson, you kind of have to.
Hee! That's what he should say when he opens his mouth. Hee!
RK bro! RK bro! We aren't asking. We're telling you what's happening. There's no asking. It's telling.
It's not axing him.
There's no asking. You're getting told. Even he hasn't told him what to do. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And you're not going to tell me either.
There's a lot of Hulk Hogan's in the crowd.
You're very Hulk Hogan-y there in Florida.
See?
I'm going to listen to the voices in my head and make you leave. It's alright. You guys need to be nice.
Lots going on in the middle of this ring.
So strange.
Why is Bro on their side?
We gotta face somebody at WrestleMania. We gotta go to WrestleMania.
See, this is the breakup, right? No, I mean, it's not happening now, but this is what's going to
But this is why.
Because Bro is...
He's gonna be like, dude,
he's sticking up for the wrong side.
You're on my team or you're not on my team? Whose team you on? You on the RK Bro team? Or you on the Street Profits team?
5 people are chatting, we want the smoke.
They're like, we want the smoke, I think. I don't know what's happening.
He's so cool.
The Raw Tag Team titles. Ooh. We accept. Someone says Riddle versus Orton. Someone says they keep on going. Luke says George Clooney was the Batman in the movie with Arnold as Dr. Freeze, and with Thurman as Poison Ivy, and Robin was played by Chris O'Donnell, and Batgirl was played by Alicia Silverstone.
I like Alicia Silverstone. Oh, yeah, she
That was the George Clooney one.
Yeah.
Rosella says, why is your party? And James Satello's in the chat. Hey, James. Says, do wrestlers have to pay taxes even though they work a couple hours a week? Yes, they always have to pay taxes. Sophie says, Val Kilmer was a Batman. And Robbie says, I hope RK Bro loses the titles.
They will.
Ew, he doesn't even want to wait.
He's pissed. Well, he disrespected Randy.
Mad. Oh, no. No, we're going to have it at WrestleMania.
Let's get it done.
Oh, no. Okay.
I want to see it.
Then.
Now, Riddle probably loses, but Randy does not lose to Dawkins.
No.
That one's not happening.
Luke says Val Kilmer was in the movie with Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Chris O'Donnell as Robin, and Nicole Kidman as Batman's love interest.
Would you like to use your Echo Show?
No. Go away.
Okay.
She can't do it on camera. You fucking weirdo. Goddamn weird bitch.
Oh, Voldemort's a freak.
Jesus Christ. Rosella says, why is there a party in WWE? The party is happening because RK Bro won the titles back.
Yes.
So they're having a party about
And
it.
Otis and his tag team partner,
Gable,
they're off TV.
Yeah, didn't see him. Robbie says, ha, 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 that was uncanny. LOL. Travis and Jacob and Jean's like, Travis is my bro. Sophie says, Michael Keaton was an awesome Batman along with Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck wasn't that great. Film says, hey, Jacob, when are you going to do another live stream on fishing? And Robbie says, Riddle, LOL, useless. Sophie says, I thought you pay taxes if you are in a union. You pay taxes no matter what. People, you pay taxes. You make money, you pay taxes. Pay your taxes. Jacob says,
there is ways around it, but it would take a half hour of the show to explain it to you.
Boom says, you don't, what do you mean? And Matthew says, I'm trying the drive home from work, and T-Rex, it's doing MJ impression making LMAO. I'll be right back. You caught Travis's Michael Jackson impression. Well, you know.
You never know when people
with his glove on, and I had to say him out there being all like Michael Jackson. It was like, whatever videos or live streams you make, take your time, no rush. Film says, hey, Matthew, and Tommy Moore is in the chat. Hey, Tommy says,
hey, Tommy,
do you think Cody's showing up in main event?
Ooh, right.
Who knows?
I'm hoping that it's not Brock Anderson, but
Right.
one of those AEW surprises that are supposed to get you all jacked up. Then you turn it there, you're watching it, nothing happens. It's all fart, no poo.
Right. So it was like, maybe they were going to turn Riddle into a heel. Oh, that'd be too hard.
Not yet.
I don't think he could turn into a heel yet. Looks like, I hope Cody shows up. If he doesn't, that's very disappointing. And Brandon's in the chat. Hey, Brandon.
Brandon.
Says, Rip Razor Ramon. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Phil's like, hey, yo. And Sophie says, Orton has competed in almost every Mania since he debuted 20 years ago. He only missed a few Manias. And Robbie says, D knows ways around it. I don't know ways around anything. Sophie says, if Cody does sign with the WWE, he must have done a lot of butt kissing to the higher-ups. I don't know if he'd really be doing butt
there is
kissing.
a good chance that Mr. Cody could show up, wrestle at Mania, and the next night, well, that Wednesday night, be back on AEW.
Mm-hmm.
He can sign a contract with Vince where he's not obligated to anything except for wrestling at WrestleMania, and that's it.
True. Very true.
He is a high talented free agent, right? Like, he can do whatever he wants. He's got pull.
Yeah, he's not some, like, whatever there.
Then he can also wrestle at a main event for them, and then he'll be like Daniel Bryan, who wrestled at WrestleMania and then a pay-per-view for a title. He's wrestled for both titles, right? Because you wrestled Paige.
Yeah.
So he's wrestled for both titles.
Yep.
Cody could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he'd have to wrestle for a title, but that's not happening.
True. Desmond Wrestling News is in the chat. Hey, Desmond.
Hey, Desmond.
Says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Film says, hey, Jacob and Jean, who will win in our particular match? Dana Burke or Raquel? Who do you think would win? I choose Raquel. Robbie's like, Dean knows all the tricks. Trust me. I don't know any, Robbie. Don't tell people lies. Don't lie to people. It's not cool. Not cool. Film's like, good news for AJ Styles. Hope we see the amazing dream match. Jacob Pagine says Raquel. And Brandon says, who will he wrestle, though? Like, who should he wrestle in the WWE? Seth Rollins.
Seth. The only guy that doesn't have an opponent.
He started some shit earlier tonight, so we'll see what happens with that. Film's like, nice, Jacob. And Luke's like, okay, Film, please calm down a bit with the armpit stuff, please. please. Sophie's like, but if the WWE had Mania plans for Cody, they would let him appear on WWE television a month ago. Not necessarily.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Maybe they didn't want to pay him that much money.
True that.
Maybe
Phil's
he
like,
wants $1 million a show.
Go, Matt Riddle, go. Ooh, he's got
Like Mayweather money. Mayweather made like $18 million or something for that WrestleMania.
Ooh. Desmond says, what if they give us a triple threat Rollins versus Owens versus Cody?
And just take Stone Cold and throw him
to the wolves,
throw him back out so he's not even in Texas
like,
for the
fuck
thing.
You aren't even like Texas anymore. You don't even live here. All your fancy pants shit in freaking California. Fancy pants. Alright, we are back and Riddle is kicking forward in the corner. Just kicks upon kicks upon kicks, and then he had to stop because the ref told him to. So, I guess we just have a one-on-one match, it looks like.
That's it.
Ford against Riddle right now.
Yeah, Riddle didn't want to wait till Mania.
Oh, he wanted a match now, but they're not doing it for anything special.
Well, what would the specialness be?
I don't know.
Basically, Riddle is defending Orton's name. That's what it's all about. He didn't like the way that he was being talked to, and he said, you don't talk to Randy like that.
You don't talk to Randy. Robbie says, oh, Luke, I think Vin wants to see your armpits. Oh, jeez Louise, guys. Brandon's like, what you think about KO calling out his hero and he accepting?
Love it. It's going to be a fantastic segment. He made it sound like it's going to be the main event. Or the last thing to go on night one.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
His words were main event.
Whee!
Whoa! Riddle caught him.
Whoa,
Caught him like a fly ball. Don't be doing that.
He landed on his feet. Desmond says, what if Fiend comes back?
That'll be great. Wouldn't that be fantastic if we saw that tonight? Showing up with the blister.
So he says the only bad thing about having Mania being 2 nights is that the roster that work Monday nights don't have that much time to rest for Raw. Yeah.
It's all right.
So I guess Raw's going to be in Chicago next Monday. They just advertised it on the thing. Chicago. I was like, Jacob, who will win an armpit deodorant match? Rhea Ripley or Charlotte Flair or Sasha Banks? She's armpit boss, Sasha Banks. What about you? I don't know what everything's anymore.
Old deodorant battle royals.
Oh, those deodorant matches.
What do they have to do? Apply it to the other woman?
Is that how it works?
I don't know. I lost! Shit, she got both of them.
Gotcha.
It starts out really stinky and then it ends like really, really refreshing.
Real. Tommy Moore says, I can only dream. But the best thing could happen is Austin comes out after a Mania event. Owens and Rollins jump Austin and Cody makes the save.
Boom.
Film's like, oh boy, they're making a Tiger King series on Peacock.
Yeah. I've seen that. It has the girl from
husband whacked him. Carol Baskin.
Has the girl from what's it called? The Ghostbusters film.
Yeah, that lady.
And the boss party, Christmas party, office Christmas party.
Phil says, nice pick, Jacob. Robbie is making puke sick faces, and Phil says, well, yes, Travis, you are correct. You guessed it all right on what would happen in those fights.
It's gel against powder.
I got the spray, bitches. I'll get you. To my eyes. Desmond's like, plot twist, Cody versus Owens. Maybe. Plot twist indeed. Pickle's like, I can't with y'all laughing. Sophie's like, I feel like with 2 nights of Mania, it is a good thing in certain ways and bad in other ways, but I can't think what those things are at the moment.
Right?
Yeah, it's very distracting with, weird things.
Armpit matches.
Pit matches and whatnot. Phil's like, Miss Dia Travis, I love you guys. You guys are funny, and that's why I love coming on this live stream. Jacob's like, did Vin leave? I don't think so. He might have taken a break for a second, but usually he comes around. Maybe he choked on a toothpick. Those things are quite dangerous.
He doesn't want to see Riddle and Ford.
Yeah. It's like, ugh, who are these people? Robbie's like, oh, all those cans of Axe. LOL. Axe is not for armpits. That's just for your stank ass body. That's nasty. Des was like, Dee's laugh makes me cry of joy. I'm glad it makes you cry of joy and not like sadness. Sophie says Liv Morgan versus Dia at Mania. Book it Vince and Travis versus Jinder Mahal or Adam Cole. Bob's like, Jacob, who will win in a hairy armpit match? Rhea Ripley or Mandy Rose? I choose Mandy. What about you?
Mandy wins everything.
Yeah, she wins it all.
She needs to come up to the main roster and be champion.
Mandy. Sophie's like, I kind of understand why they did 2 nights of Mania the first year, but now it doesn't make any sense. I think that's why this is probably going to be their last year, Sophie. It's going to be the last one. They're just kind of, throwing it out there and whatnot.
Just too many people involved.
Yeah.
I don't like all these people getting matches.
The people you don't even care to see in a match. You're just like, oh, why are you even here? Why did you come? Jacob Film, that's totally Rhea.
I mean, if you think about it, if you did Mania without, 2 days, and you only put 9 or 10 or 11, 12 matches on there, how many titles do they have? They
Did
have
you hear him
4,
throwing Harry
5,
Potter
6,
shit out there?
7. 7 matches would be title matches.
Yes.
With just title matches. There's 7 matches. And maybe 8 with the 24/7.
Right.
Which they wouldn't do.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, they wouldn't. I don't know. They do some weird shit.
So that only leaves like
things.
5 other matches possible without titles on the line. For all the veterans to try to get in. What was the Harry Potter joke?
Leviosa.
Oh.
Guardian Leviosa. That was pretty funny. I'm pretty sure it was Corey Graves that said it. Rory says Mandy is stuck on NXT.
She likes it down there. She welcomed Dolph after he beat Braun and what's his name? Tomasa. Whoa!
To her little weird group of people.
Yeah, that have been, she said welcome, because he followed the same main roster to down there to dominate. That's it.
They both don't know what
an
to
arcade.
do with
Oh, shit!
No, Otis came out. We didn't know where he went, but he's there.
Like I said, it was a no-show.
There's Chad throwing Dawkins.
Shit.
Oh, man.
Dawkins just got knocked out. He got knocked the fuck out.
No.
Oh, Otis, ring the bell, ref. Oh, God.
Oh, ring the bell.
That was
finally.
in the corner.
He's like, ow, my back.
Hopefully that corner's not turned. Otis. Yeah.
So creepy. Listen,
Oh, shit.
Please, for the love of humanity, stop.
Oh, God.
Come on,
And then he lands on his
have
neck.
Some fun.
I'm surprised they're still letting him do that move right now.
Well, when you don't tuck, then you have a problem.
And it was backward.
Yeah.
Where
Desmond
he
says,
went
what if
frontwards.
Reigns retain at Mania? I don't know.
It could happen.
Film's like, all right, awesome. Thank you, Jacob. Ripley win 2 times. I like it. Matthew's back in the Jazz and Spray versus Roland. Right. So if it's like some fans, the roster and people in the back like these 2 nights of Mania, and some fans want it to go back to 1. Well, for my bank account and time, I'd rather it be just 1. Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. Film says, I totally agree with you, Travis. She needs to come to the main roster and become a champion. Totally agree with you. Mandy. Robbie says, go on, Chad, cooking the lot. Matthew says, oops, I was delayed. You were delayed? Robbie's like, Otis rolling out everyone. Desmond says, whatever happened to the mixed match challenge?
I think during the pandemic, they just kind of benched it. And they just never brought it back. I kind of liked that. That was the only time I ever got on Facebook. I used to watch it when you would leave. When you'd go home.
Yes,
I would like...
Desmond says, whatever happened to the mixed match? I already read that. Matthew says, Eli wasn't here, I'll chat. And then when I finally get here, you show up. What's up with that? Sophie says, when they did one night of Mania, all the matches didn't feel thrown together like how these 2 nights of Mania have felt.
Right.
A couple of them. I mean, some of them they've
You guys are talking about Scott Hall. Corey Graves is crying.
Corey Graves is totally gonna cry.
He was crying.
Oh, poor guy. That's probably gotta be hard. Here's your tribute, guys, to Razor Ramon.
There's the full tribute. So they're probably working on this during the show.
Probably. WWE debut. Dynamite, everybody. Good chicas. You just can't teach somebody to be cool. That's funny. It was like, well, I'm defo stalking you. Totally, Illy. You're totally stalking Matthew. I was like, who will win? And okay, I'm not gonna read that. I don't want to talk about smelly armpits.
Yeah.
So I was like, how's work going, dude? Great. And Ayla says, I was at Costco. Haha, you know how it goes. Go in for
that was the
thing,
first
come out with all
ever
of
ladder
Costco.
match, by the way. He was
That
in
he
it.
was in?
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
With Shawn Michaels, and he won.
Good for him. He should win.
He threw a toothpick in Vince's face. And then
Yeah.
he went to WCW. And this is how I know him.
Was he not Razor Ramon anymore?
No, Scott Hall.
Oh, he just was himself?
Mm-hmm.
But he still talked like that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, Vince owned the names. They couldn't use them.
Right. Film says I might have to give this show an 8 out of 10. Zoz is in the chat. Hey, Zoz says, hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, bad guys do. Rip Scott Hall. Robbie says, bring back Raw Underground. Sophie says, I thought they did the mixed match challenge before the pandemic.
They did.
Zoz is Scott Hall crying face. And Matthew says, Mania should be only one day and make it more of the spectacle that WrestleMania is supposed to be.
Right. And if they want to do more matches, put them on NXT's card.
Yeah. Robbie
And do that
says,
on Saturday.
Matthew, lock all your doors, windows when you get home. LOL. Films like Rip Scott Hall, too sweet. Sophie says Scott Hall got into an accident. That's how he died. What?
Oh, look at that with Ted DiBiase. I don't even remember him being with Ted DiBiase. There's just what everybody's been saying.
Mm.
Razor Ramon.
Huh. Yeah, Sophie, I don't think that's how he died. In a car accident? Got into an accident? Film says everybody for a too sweet in the chat. Matthew says, oh, I get it. I get lost in Costco. Film's like, too sweet. Matthew says Scott Hall is just too sweet. And Sophie says, when Mania is 2 nights, it is hard for them to book certain events.
Here it is.
Pandemic.
Looks like the main event now. I don't know.
KO is 30 minutes early. Tommy Moore is in the chat, says, hey, yo, too sweet. And Film says, too sweet thingy again. And Robbie says, yeah, DU defo can't teach some people how to be cool. Gothla Bates is in the chat with a sad face. And Sophie says they put the video tribute to Hall that quickly. Yes.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
Says Scott Hall could wrestle like a badass and had no problem putting other guys over. And Pico says, Travis, you need to explain the curtain call at MSG. It's a big historic event. I don't know what that is.
Is that what they just did? Is that what he's talking about?
Explain the curtain call at MSG, Madison Square Garden. It's a big historic event. Hey, this is Matthew. That's a cool shirt. Sophie's like, now you know they didn't have that much time to fill when they did that video tribute to Scott Hall. No, Sophie, they probably pushed things aside to be able to do that tribute to Scott Hall because he just passed away. Nicola gave the 2 sweet, and Sophie says the current call of the event that hurt Triple H push in that year.
Okay, so is that, now that I'm thinking about it, is that when they were leaving and the guys came back? It was like Triple H and the guys that were still on the roster, Shawn Michaels and those guys.
Okay.
They were out in the ring and they were hugging him and saying goodbye, and like it was like at the very end of the show. Obviously, curtain call, that would make sense.
Right.
I remember something like that happening. If that's what the big thing was, and then the next night or whatever they were on.
Oh.
On Nitro.
Sophie says a curtain call. Oh, Luna says Bobby Heenan is smiling above the clouds. Robbie says yo KO. Film says, okay, one more armor match. Who would win in a shaving match?
Oh, Lord.
Yay, Becky or Nikki A.S.H. So great. Matthew says, hello, Robbie. Have you seen Ayla's broad shoulders? She can rip a brick building apart with her bare hands. Matthew's like, locking doors does nothing. Robbie's like, KO gonna whip Seth's ass to blood clot. It was like locked doors. Never heard of her. Sophie says, yeah, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were leaving the WWE for WCW. Matthew says, oh, it is for work. Leave me alone. Oh, you freak. Phil says, because in this match, she have to shave her opponent's armpits with a razor. Only in that person with her armpits will be shaved to take time off TV to give him time to grow back. Oh.
That's terrible.
That's just horrible. I'd rather see Nikki A.S.H. not on TV than if that's the case.
We don't want to see armpit matches.
I don't really want to see them or talk about them.
Make sure if you guys are hanging out in the background that you're subscribing and chatting with us. Introduce yourselves.
It's not always about armpits.
It's always about armpits.
I love you to death, but oh man. Ayla's like, are your socks inside out? Robbie's like, Ayla eats wood and nails. She's that hard, Matthew. Well, Pepper Owens is like, grrr. Dylan Meekum is in the chat. Hey, Dylan says, is it in poor taste to press F to pay respects when a person dies in real life?
Press F's.
Press F to pay respects when a person dies in real life.
I don't think anything's bad if you mean well, right?
I don't think so.
That would be my answer to that.
Film's like, hey, Jacob, did you get my question? And Robbie's like, Ayla, your brain is inside out. And Vindicator says, Travis, this match can't last 25 minutes, right? Owens doesn't have the stamina.
Ooh, yeah, they can. And this is way earlier than I was thinking. So this match is going to either be a long-ass match or there's going to be some other stuff going on.
Oh, man, right? Pico's like, okay, so they happened to break kayfabe, broke character, and hugged in the ring.
Yeah.
Even though a couple were good guys and a couple were bad guys. Oh, I see. Ayla says, I have muscles on my muscles. I have muscles on my eyeballs. Sophie says Triple H was the only one available to punish since Hall and Nash left for WCW and Shawn Michaels was retired or about to be retired at that time. Matthew says, haha, I'm not wearing socks. And Dylan says Owens has the stamina. Ayla's like, oh, wow, your feet are very pale. Pickle's like, Vince was pissed. He had to put Triple H in the doghouse. He was supposed to win King of the Ring that year, but got punished.
That's pretty funny. Was he married to his daughter yet? Or did he marry Stephanie later? Because I feel like he married Stephanie way after that.
Sophie says it was a whole special about it on the WWE Network. And Jacob Jean says, hey, my name is Jacob. Nice to meet you. And film, I am choosing A.S.H.
Do you think it's funny that Vince got upset and then put it on his network later on as a highlight thing for people to watch?
It's funny. I'm Dark Fire 007 or 007. It says, I'm late to the party. Did Cody show up? No.
Not yet. If he's going to.
If that's going to happen.
They set this up for the main event for a reason, but we'll see what the big thing at the end is going to be.
Yeah. They're just doing some highlights of what happened between KO and Seth and why they didn't get a chance at WrestleMania right now. Vindicator says, Ayla, you watch too much SpongeBob. I guess your kids are controlling the telly. Sophie's like, and Steve Austin won King of the Ring in that year instead of Triple H. Robbie's like, not yet. And Film says Scott Hall was born in 1985. Dylan says, anyhow, any sign of Cody yet?
58.
I think it was 58, Film. Film says Nikki A.S.H wins. Nice pick, Jacob. Respect. And Dylan says, oh, never mind. And Ayla says, Vin, I can't get my kids to watch SpongeBob. Fun fact, I haven't watched it in years. Ha ha ha, my brain is trained with SpongeBob. I'm Dark Fire, Rip Scott, everyone dies. Not everyone can beat their demons and die with dignity. Film says, Jacob, you're the best man. No, nor should I say you're the best tag team partner I ever had. It looks like he married Stufflater, and I'm a low-down, snarky scoundrel looking for a place to vent my frustration of formerly glorious company now being mismanaged by a living fossil.
Nice to meet ya.
Tell us what you really think. So it was like Steph was actually dating Test in real life.
Oh,
wasn't she
Lord.
like 5?
She liked the bad guy, I guess.
She was like 5 years
Didn't
old.
he die of like a drug